That's exactly right. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be a good day. Ain't no doubt about it. But we're getting ready on the Freddy. Oh yeah. Get down with the down and the get. Oh yeah, because you know this is it. Because it's Wednesday, hump day morning. Good morning, Hezokuai land. Hello and welcome to the show. Let's get these hardcore, high-quality special effects going. Look at that. All right, aren't you glad you live in the digital era? All right, you wouldn't be able to see that without it. And look at this. Before I even started saying anything, I already got Grandpa's talking about, let's get this started party. And with another membership milestone, we got Dino. Love y'all. All right, Dino. That's right. But first today was Highway Star. First happy dance of the day goes to Highway Star. Here you go, pal. Check it out. All right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. And then Maddie Graham showed up right after that. And then Fraud Wrangler, hey, he said good morning. And then Dad Farted showed up and said, what's up? Good morning. I guess I wasn't first. Oh, wait. No, wait. I don't even have to hum that anymore. I added it. Hold on. Oh, no. All right. Oh, there. See, sometimes they repeat when I don't want them to. Then Jam and Jet said, what's up? Good morning. And then Zerzu showed up and he said, good morning, everyone, as well. Little Chihuahua Big World's in the house. What's up, Little Chihuahua? Scott Ammo, good morning, everybody. All right, good morning to you, too. Edie Marie's in the house. Good morning, beautiful people, and you guys definitely are that. That's a fact. Let's see, we got Melissa Drift Away, Dobie Gray. What's up? Hello, lovelies. Let's see, Greg Jonek, good morning. Kimmy Wrangler, good morning. Colrack, hey, all. Luda Knights, good morning. All right. Nightman's wife, morning, Kimmy. We got an Anna, afternoon, everyone. All right. And well, ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful, beautiful, fantastic, amazing producer, the one and only Salacious is in the house. All right. We got Timo Kasula. I ain't first, but I ain't last. And of course, we got the Blackheart Knight in the house. What's up, Blackheart? Good to see you. Let's see who else is here. I'm going out of my way to look for Graham because every time he shows up, he yells at me for not saying hi to him, but I don't see him. He ain't here yet, dang nabbit. Methodist Dave is in the house. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. All right. Snafu the Great. All right. Good to see you. Yeah. Morning, my friendly neighborhood psychopaths, misfits, and screw-ups. Yeah. I love it. So, make sure when Graham shows up that y'all tell him when he starts complaining that I didn't say hi to him, that I said hi to him before he even got here. Highway Star for $2 says, I can't stop thinking about Taze and Voodoo. I have fever dreams at night. I can't wait to get my tasting in tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Love it. All right, I guess we're going to start the morning with a good old-fashioned voodoo doll tasting. All right. Oh, my goodness gracious me. You guys are vicious. I love it. All right, hold on.
Hey, man, I just woke up. I didn't even get my coffee yet. Hillbilly, yeah, with your deep purple nonsense. Listen, man, look. You don't really want to start the morning with a tasing, do you? Like I said, I ain't even had my coffee yet. You know what I'm saying, Holmes? You know what I mean? Hey, check it out, man. If you don't tase me, I'll do you a favor. When I audit your local post office, I promise that I'll only stay for 45 minutes after they ask me to leave. That's it. No longer than that. Is that a deal? Oh, dang it! Oh, stop! Ah! I'm sorry.
I apologize. I'm going to tell you a story in a minute about what happened to me last night. So because of it, I'm enjoying this part a little bit too much. Yeah. Oh, stab me, little son of a bucket. All right.
Ow! Maybe you can see my lips moving because I'm not a ventriloquist. Yeah, hippie.
All right. Yeah. Bandit 2804. All right. Yeah. I mean, I've practiced kind of trying to hide it a little bit, but I don't know how to throw my voice, man. I'm not a ventriloquist. I can't talk without moving my lips. I can try a little bit, to do like this here kind of thing, but I don't know. So yeah. What's up, Donald Jeffrey? No, I didn't stab myself again, Zerzu. Here's what happened. So I would say the past 6 months or so, I've been waiting. Because there's two things when it comes to movies that I've been worried about. Well, yeah, because one just was announced, so I didn't know about it before. There's only two things that I've really been waiting for when it comes to movies: Oppenheimer and Sons of the Flower Moon, or Flower of the Paper Moon, or whatever it is. The new Martin Scorsese picture with De Niro and DiCaprio. Everything else is fun, but those are the two movies I've been waiting for. So now finally Oppenheimer's out. I'm going to see Oppenheimer. I've been so excited for so long, waiting to see Oppenheimer. So it's already a 3-hour movie. So I knew going into it that my night last night, a big chunk of it was going to be spent on that. And then after the show, in the time like after the show, yesterday's morning show, and me going to the movie theater, I did a bunch of prep work and stuff for this, a whole other thing. There's nothing to do with this. Anyway, because there's life outside of YouTube. So I didn't really do much here as far as internet stuff and prepping for today's show and this and that. So then I get to the movie theater. I'm watching the movie. It's all good. And then after a while, the screen just goes blank. Packed theater. We're all just sitting there talking to each other. Like, what the hell's going on, What is it? What's going on? So like half an hour later, so now we're already going to be there 3.5 hours, right? So they finally get the movie restarted. So we're watching it for a while. Seems like everything's cool. Projector breaks again. Now they turn the lights on to figure out what's going on. It's okay. We're going to go and do blah, blah, blah. So now that takes about another half an hour. So already they've turned a 3-hour movie into a 4-hour movie. But then when they finally get the movie going again, they forgot to turn the house lights off so no one could see the damn screen. Just the big bright lights, and we all see each other just sitting there watching. Like I said, I made friends last night. We all just sat around talking to each other for 2 hours. So the movie's playing, the projector stops. That gives an extra half hour of them trying to fix it. Then a few minutes later, it happens again. After another half hour, they finally fix it. But now the lights are on, so nobody can see the movie. So after all that, finally, they get it all settled down. It's fixed. It's ready to go. They turn the lights off. They turn the movie back on. We're watching it for a while. It's really starting to heat up and get good. The plot's really getting thick. It happens again. Third time. I went to see a 3-hour movie, sat in the theater for 4 hours, and I didn't see the movie. So then they just gave everybody a coupon for a free movie, and at any movie at any time. Sorry, projector's broken. Have a nice day, guys. Did they at least give everyone free popcorn? That would have been sweet. No, they gave us a... Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that's crazy about that. So this morning, I go to log on to YouTube, and the first thing I see is some kind of news report saying, why is Oppenheimer breaking projectors all over the world. I'm like, wait, what? Really? That's a thing? What happened here was actually easy. The lady explained it to us when she was given the free things. And like like I said, because with all the time that we were in the packed theater just sitting there waiting, we all started talking. Everyone was like, "Oh, you called it, you called it, you called it, dude," because um at one point got people were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I said, "Well, these days they use these digital projectors, and because it's such a long movie and they're just playing it one after another time, because the movie that let out before we came, they didn't leave enough time in between. It like the ending credits were still rolling when we were coming in for hours to start. There was only like a 5-minute gap. So the projector never had time to cool off. So I said, I bet you the projector keeps overheating. And sure enough, that's what was happening. That's what the lady said when she gave us our coupons for a free movie. So, like, I get all that and all that. No, it was just some local crap theater. It wasn't owned by any chain. Um, I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was either of those, though. I don't remember. It's got to be owned by somebody, right? Because there's no really, I don't know. There's still independent theaters out there. They're just rare. Kingston 2000, what's up? Nightman's wife, yeah, what's up? Anyway, so yeah, it's like I get it. Things happen. I even in the old days, because I've always been big at going to the movie theater. That's been a thing. My dad used to take me and my brother when we were kids. I take my kids all the time. It's like a thing, It's special. But I mean, going to the movie theater all the time, even back in the old days, sometimes the film would break. Sometimes the projector would malfunction. Things happen. That is a thing. But it's got to happen during Oppenheimer, right? It couldn't have happened like, I don't know, during some crap movie, you know? I mean, no offense, but I mean, I don't think I would have minded if it would have happened during the, you know, uh, MODOK scenes in Ant-Man and Wasp. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to just watch the movie, but I mean, okay, whatever. God, it's a problem. But this movie, I really wanted to see this, man. Um, so anyway, that's why I had so much fun. Dude, let me tell you something. Waiting in line to get into the theater to watch this movie, the line of people that were there to see Barbie was like, it was crazy because I haven't seen something like that since when the Phantom Menace first came out. And what I mean by that is when the Phantom Menace first came out and I was waiting in line to get in, there were hundreds of people there that were dressed up like as stormtroopers or Jedi or whatever. And that's what was crazy about going to see Barbie was the amount of people who were there in crazy pink outfits with pink hats was insane. Like I thought that was just a joke. Like people were making fun of because I've heard people say that like, oh yeah, all these people are going to see Barbie with pink hats on. No, everybody, it was nuts. I'm like, what the heck? What? You could tell from a mile away who was there to see Barbie. It was really wild. Um, let's see. It sounds like your rights were disrespected. You should get the projectionists fired. Did you film them? Did you let Yes! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I should have pulled out my phone and I should have filmed the projectionist and I should file a complaint against him and I should FOIA his salary and dox him on the internet and that'll teach him to mess with my freedom of to look at the screen and see a movie projecting and not. What's up, Flower Power? What's up, Nicody? Um, New movies aren't that important to me to pay more than what I pay for my Netflix. Yeah, well, that's why Oppenheimer was one of the ones that's supposed to be better than that. Um, the bulbs take a good 30 minutes to cool down, right? And they never took a 30-minute break. Oh well, it is what it is. Next movie I see, I get to see for free. Now there's a lot of different stuff coming out, of course, but the next ones I'm looking forward are the Flower Moon one, Martin Scorsese, and then Godzilla -1. It's coming out in December. I'm looking forward to that. And so that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, it's time to start the show. We did our morning greetings, and now let's have our morning meetings in making fun of the dumbest people under the sun. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna Godzilla! Godzilla! Yeah! I love it. I've seen all of them. What are there, the 39, 40 Godzilla movies these days? I've seen every single one of them. I love Godzilla movies. Always have. Grew up on them. So I want to start with this. This is really, really cool. This is going to be super short because I'm not going to play the whole thing because everything that happens in it, we've seen 4,923,000,000,000 times, a quintillion times. It's insane. This is from a guy called Tyrant Terminator. He's the Tyrant Terminator Audits. And I just wanted to play this one bit because, again, everything that happens during this audit is the same crap. He goes into a post office. They tell him to leave. He says no. So they call the cops. The cops tell him to leave. He says, Poster 7 says I don't have to leave. But at one point, he asks one of the cops, reads Poster 7, and then they have a discussion about it. And I love what the cop says. But what's up, Kfar? But then the cop that's above him is like, oh, all right, this is one of those auditor guys. Just leave, and then he'll just leave. Because the whole thing is he wants the police interaction. So we gave it to him. So now if we leave, he'll leave because he got what he wanted, right? And they just go, and nothing happens. But I want to show the part where the cop talks to him about Poster 7, because if the cop that was over this guy didn't tell him to let the dude go, oh, it would have been sweet because this guy's got his number, man, big time. Anyway, well, I just want to show that real quick because I love the way this cop handles it, even though ultimately it's not a happy ending because the guy gets away without getting trashed. So we'll just watch the Poster 7 bit, nice and short.
Someone requested me to come back to the city, man.
You pointed out, I'm here like reading about exception for them recording you.
Okay,
it's seeing where it says.
You see where it says photographs for news?
I'm way over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, right there, that paragraph right there.
Except for approved by official signs or security force personnel or authorized personnel or federal court order or rule order. The photographs may be taken only with permission of the local pass. So if the local postmaster doesn't want you to take photos, then you gotta leave. That's all it says.
You gotta watch this. Say photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs, security force personnel, right?
Other authorized personnel could be employees here.
Okay, watch this. Do you see where it say other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster? That's what you was just obviously implying to, right?
Right. No,
so
no, the sentence before it says or authorized personnel.
So yeah, but we all know how to read, right? In terms of commas, right? So you see what a comma ended at? You see what a comma at for the foyers, corridors, and auditoriums?
There's a period right there.
Well, I'm talking about up here. When you first start reading, it says photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances.
Right.
That's a comma.
Yeah.
Then it says lobbies.
Right.
Comma.
Right.
Foyers, comma, corridors.
Right.
Commas. Now you read after that.
Or
so,
auditoriums when used for public media, except where prohibited by official signs, security force personnel, or other authorized personnel.
So that last part is talking about auditorium, sir. You get that?
That's all one thing.
Absolutely not. We know what commas mean, right?
No, yeah.
We all know how to read, right?
Yeah, they mean pause.
Oh, absolutely not. That's not how it's going. That's not how it's interpreted, sir. That's not how it's interpreted.
Do you have a? Because I'm asking you because if you did research, is there right now case law that backs what you just said about the way that sentence breaks down?
Well, it's a CFR that backs what I'm actually saying. You know, CFR is a code of federal regulations, right? In terms of Right, that's what I'm saying. So we're talking about on federal property. I can give you the CFR.
We're sorry about grammar, not law right now.
What that's actually a law. It's actually a law because it's attached to the CFR.
No, I get that. But I'm thinking you're reading it correctly.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You guys are just interpreting it wrong. I mean, a lot of police officers do though, especially when you're trying to enforce your will.
That's how I would say. Like if I was just saying simply any authorized, it would be like any other business where it authorized personnel. Like if you wanted to get kicked out of Taco Bell, an employee can kick you out of Taco Bell.
Oh, that's private. See, when it's public, they got to be careful. You see what I'm saying? When it's private and public, it's a thin line. So you just can't kick someone out of public.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
That was a poor example. You're right on that part.
Right.
But yeah, like if this says authorized personnel can ask you to leave, then I think the whole thing is you can leave.
No, trust me, man. Y'all just interpreting it wrong. I mean, and you know what? There's nothing wrong when interpreting something wrong. You guys, regardless if you're law enforcement or not, you're still human beings. So,
all right. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because we always are like, they never let the cop actually read that part. So here's a situation where someone actually did read that part. And it's funny because I've heard that comma argument so many times, and it's like, so you think it would be better if the sign was written in improper grammar, then you would accept it? Or would you then complain that these idiots in the government don't even know how to write a sentence properly? Let me clue you in, okay, guys? And I'm talking to the Frauditors now. What's up? Here's a good example. You have to lie, cheat, steal, gaslight, antagonize, instigate, offend, exasperate, provoke, nauseate, annoy, insult, disrespect, slander to fraud it. Now, a frauditor would say that means you need to lie. Cheat. Steal. Blah, 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 blah. Slander. Then to fraud it is a completely separate idea. That's why there's commas there, see? That to fraud it doesn't apply to the things that come before it because the things that come before it have a comma. Don't you understand that that's how commas work? Look, lobbies, corridors, and foyers. Lobbies, comma, corridors, comma, and foyers. Like, how can you make the argument that that's not what oh, wait a minute. Everything they argue is that stupid. So why would I apply intellect to their poster 7 argument? Anyway, here's your happy dance, Billy. Ah, crap. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Robert Custos, what's up? So, yeah, that was stupid. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And so, that being said, like I said, I don't want to play that whole video, or I'm not going to, because, again, up until that, it was just your standard, oh, yeah, you need to leave. No, I'm not going to leave. So they call the cops, and then blah, blah, blah. So, whatever. So there's that. That happened. But what I really want to get into, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before I play the video, I'm gonna play the new unclean hands video. But before I get into that, I want to get into this a little bit since I'm on the subject of unclean hands. This is gonna be, and oh, you know what? It looks like KFAR's new video covers the exact same footage that I'm about to show from Unclean Hands, and I see KFAR's actually here this morning. A round of applause for KFAR. Good to see you, buddy. So anyway, there's this guy. What's this idiot's? I don't even remember the idiot's name again. He's a dude that the guy's stupid, insane, idiot fans, because of course anyone who watches Frauditors is a stupid idiot fan. Otherwise, they wouldn't think frauditing was fun to watch. They would be like us, and they'd be disgusted from watching them, not enjoying it. I mean, seriously, there has to be something wrong with your brain to enjoy watching this stuff, and their fans love it, which just goes to show you that their fans are scumbags. And if you don't believe me, look at the comments this guy's fans are leaving on Unclean Hands. Oh, when did you get that cancer from sucking cop dick? Like, these people are insane. But anyway, he's having an open debate thing. I'll look it up while the video's playing so I can actually show you the thing, the thumbnail and all that. But let's go ahead and start with this new Unclean Hands video. All right.
And you're distracted driving by doing this.
Hey guys, welcome back. Got a little weird one for you today. This is a First Amendment auditor, gives a cop a finger and this cop stops him and gives him a ticket. It's hilarious. This guy is so dumb. I had to do it. Here we go.
It's not against the law to give the middle finger to a police officer. We all know that Supreme Court case law after case after case. But police will always come up with a way to get back at you.
You are 100% correct, my friend, but that is not what you're going to get a ticket for. You're going to get a ticket for distracted driving because you had that finger up looking at the cop going down the road in an automobile for over 30 seconds. Distracted driving, that's what they call that.
All right.
Policeman with the Commerce Police Department. You have your driver's license on you, please?
What'd you stop me for?
All right, I stopped you because when you drove by me back there, you stuck your middle finger up the whole time you was driving by me. You think I didn't see you?
Yeah, I knew you seen me.
What was that for?
I mean, is it against the law? Is there a law against
that?
that?
It's a form of aggressive driving. You know what the
No,
Georgia
sir, it's
statute
not.
of aggressive driving is?
No, sir. You can't be a complaining party in that.
I can't be a complaining
No,
party
sir,
in
you
aggressive
can't.
driving? Where's
No.
that written in the statute?
This guy is a freaking genius. He calls himself Mr. Obvious. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what you are, sir.
Want to get your supervisor out here?
Supervisor, just to let you know. You
Oh,
don't see
then
the
I'm gonna need
stripes on my
somebody.
shoulder?
No, I didn't see you. Didn't.
This is who you get. So
Okay.
if you want to tell me what the statute is, go ahead and recite me what the statute is.
I don't need to
Tell me what
recite the statute. I need to tell you your job.
No, you don't need to.
I can
I'm
flip
asking.
you off all I want to.
Okay.
You see that right there?
You're driving a vehicle and you're distracted driving by doing this.
I was looking at the road. I can do this all day long, sir.
Okay.
You see that right there?
You're driving a vehicle and you're distracted driving by doing this. Okay. So if you want to tell me what
I'll tell you what. I don't have to give you my ID.
Okay, you do.
I don't have to give you my ID because this is an unlawful stop.
I warned you. I told you this guy was dumb. Do I have to say it anymore? I don't think so.
100% unlawful stop. I can flip you off all day long. All day long.
So mad. Like, what did I do to deserve that from you? Just
All
tell
of
me
y'all
that.
deserve that.
All of us deserve that?
Until I know different. Yep.
Like all of us as long?
I was kidnapped and held for ransom for 2.5 years by cops.
What did I-
Until
did
a
I-
jury of my peers set me free.
Normal person's translation, he was pulled over, he was arrested, he was put in jail for a short amount of time, awaiting trial, got out, went to trial, and according to him, he won. I don't know if he won or not, but he's very upset about that. That's why he does what he does.
Okay, so what did I
Okay?
do
Doesn't
to
matter
deserve
whether you
that?
did or not. I will do this all day long if I want to.
Okay. You're not going to do it while you're
100% right.
driving. I'm just telling you right now.
You want to write me a ticket for it?
But I can. I don't.
No. Write me. I dare you to write me a ticket. License, insurance, registration's on the back. Write me a ticket, motherfucker.
See, look at the language
Write me
you
a
got.
ticket. Write me a ticket.
All right.
Write me a
You
ticket.
changed the whole
I'm
thing
waiting.
by calling me a mother.
Can I go in?
You cannot get out of the car.
Okay,
Don't
let's
get out of
go. Get this shit over with.
Now
Freedom
you're
of speech.
talking-
You can't be a complaining party in a disorderly conduct.
I can't be a.
You absolutely cannot.
Well, it looks like we made it clean, Pardo. They sure sleep sound in Virginia City, don't they? Let's go.
I can cuss all day in front of you. There's no kids around. There's nobody else. You cannot be a complaining party in the state of Georgia on disorderly conduct. Go check the law.
About disorderly conduct
Well, you said I changed the stop. Write me a ticket.
whatsoever.
You stopped me unlawfully. I can flip you off all day long.
Okay.
There it is again.
Like I'm saying to you, like I'm trying to educate you if you give me an opportunity.
You're the one who needs an education, obviously, Sarge.
What if somebody starts getting extra nosy?
You got a gun, haven't you, Sam?
Okay. So, all right, then let me know which part I need to educate on so that I can educate myself.
That anybody can flip you off. This is 100% the First Amendment. As I will sit here and do it with my car running and driving past you as I did. I do it all the time. I do it to state troopers. Who's going to be stupid enough to stop me for it. So there it is, fucking ticket, and let's get this stop over with. I'm home.
Okay.
I got fries here.
Give me 1 second.
My old
I'll be
lady,
right back
thank
with
you.
okay?
Write my ticket.
I can only assume he's getting a ticket for distracted driving because I never watched the whole video yet. But anyway, I said that earlier, and I think that's what the ticket's going to be for, and he is going to get one.
All right, sir. So you see, I got a couple of people. It's just for our safety. All right. So look, I'm gonna do as you said. I'm gonna give you the ticket for aggressive driving.
Appreciate you.
I went ahead and got a case
Corporal,
number.
you don't let him write me a ticket for flipping him off?
She's my sergeant.
Sergeant.
Yes.
You don't let him write me a ticket for flipping him off? Aggressive driving.
So
Okay.
that's what I was trying to.
It's not aggressive driving. We'll see it in court.
Well,
I'll
give me
see
a
you in
second
court.
so I can
I
explain
don't
it.
need a second. Let me sign the shit
Okay.
and let's
All
go.
right.
Let's
So
get
look,
this
man.
shit over with.
Dang it, I guessed wrong. I think that would have been a better charge, distracted driving, but he's giving him a ticket for aggressive driving. Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out. Who knows? I don't know. He hasn't gone to court yet. We'll find out.
This is gonna be my copy. I'll put an X right here for you. If you just
10-4.
go ahead and sign right there. for
Copy
me.
that.
All right. Now, this is not an admission of guilt, like I said.
No shit.
So if you want to go to court, the court date's right here. The
Yeah.
time, date, and address, and everything is right there for
Copy
you.
that.
And on the back right here is a website. If you want to view the ticket or whatever, the phone number for the police department's right there.
No
Okay,
need
if you
that.
have any questions. You'll see on there in the remarks column, I put the actual case number on there. There's a case number on top. The video from our body camera footage will be available. All you have to do is call the police department and talk to them.
I need your
Lieutenant
body camera
Patrol will be
footage.
able to help you out,
I don't
okay?
need your body camera footage.
All right.
I flipped you off.
All right.
I'll say it to you, body cam. I flipped them off.
So here's what is your insurance card and all. All right, man. You have a good evening, all right?
My ID in there? Oh, you got it back to me. I got it. 3 of y'all, because I flipped somebody off. 3 of y'all for this. 3 of y'all for this.
The sheriff's inside. Sheriff wants to talk to you, Sam. Well, why me? Why don't you ask him that yourself?
Yeah, I've been watching the last 2 seasons of Bonanza on all weekend long. So I just thought I'd throw a few clips in there. Hopefully I don't get busted too bad for it. Anyway, yeah, you guys are dummy. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. Bye.
You see that right there?
You're driving a vehicle and you're distracted driving by doing that.
Yeah, all right. See, these guys always do that. It's so insane. And what's funny is they love to videotape everything because video doesn't lie. But that's why people on our end exist. People like me exist. Because you're right, video doesn't lie. And the video shows that you're wrong. Clear as a bell. He didn't pull you over because he's been here, you gave him the finger. Of course, that's what you're going to tell your fans. And of course, that's what you're going to tell yourself. What the video shows. If I'm driving like this, you can't stop me for giving you the bird. Yeah, but can I stop you for not looking at the road? And he himself kept saying, look, I was going like this. You can't pull me over for that because when I'm driving, I'm driving. Well, wait a minute. If you're driving, you're not going like this, not watching the road. I did not get a super chat for Blackheart 9. That's not possible. You were in my room last night, News Now Voodoo. Bam, 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 ding dong, chicky dicky, son of a gong. Rapping down, 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 bam, ding dong, chicky dicky, son of a gong. Wow, 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 wow. Who was in my room last night? Who the hell was in my bed? I'm sorry. When he said that Voodoo was in his room, it just reminded me of ministry. All right. We got to taste the Voodoo now. Hold on. I need a drink for this. This is going to be a gooder. All right, Voodoo. Time for pain, pal.
I'd rather have PayPal than pain, pal. You get that joke, Hez? Oh, peg nabbit. All right. Blackheart, look, man, you're going to hit the button and it's going to hurt. I know, I'm ready for it. But let me tell you something, pal. I don't like
Hey, Holden McGroin is here. What's up, Holden? Lisa's here. What's up? It can't be aggressive driving because I was traveling. Parson 1122, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Captain Happy's also in the house. What's up, Captain? Who else? Anybody else that I missed? K-Far in the house. Christopher O'Connor, what's up? Nakoti, Lisa, Zurzu, yeah. Oh, man, I got the best fans in the world. I love you guys. Seeing you guys here every morning is great. All right, so here's the thing that I was trying to kind of talk about earlier. So it's this this Chris against tyranny character. There's a lot. So let me show you his channel. He's obviously he's one of the frauditors. So for those of you who don't know what's going on with this guy or who he is or what's, I'm going to give you just a quick scoop. Tequila Kid, what's up? I'm actually working on a video on him specifically, but there's a reason. There's a whole story behind it. So yesterday, Unclean Hands posts a video where he's talking about fans of Chris Against Tyranny making comments talking about Unclean Hands. He probably got that mouth cancer from sucking cop sticks, and oh, he deserves that cancer, and oh, he needs to die, and God hates him, and that's why I gave him cancer. Just horrible, vicious, rotten, evil things. And then it's like, okay, these are the people who enjoy watching auditor videos, are the people who feel that way and think that way. So what happened was this guy, this Chris Against Tyranny guy, you see he's got this open panel discussion thing, and he's got the picture of Unclean Hands and the Forgiven Jerry. And originally it said open panel, everyone welcome, Thursday, July 27th at 3, that's tomorrow. And originally it was a picture of Unclean Hands and a picture of the Forgiven Jerry. It said trolls welcome. So then yesterday on this very show, in this stream, Unclean Hands was on. And he said, Hezokuai, I got a job for you. And I said, what's that? He said, you show up on that panel and you tear that guy a new asshole for me. So then I started commenting on his videos. So then that he changed his thumbnail to this. Wrote rejected invite on Unclean Hands, put invited on my name, added me, and then said confirmed to Jerry. So I know Jerry's going to be there, and I know I'm going to be there. But who is this guy? Why are we going there? What's his shtick? What's his deal? For those of you who don't know who he is. This is the guy So there's a couple things. His whole career started, his whole frauding adventure started when he saw somebody getting arrested in front of his house and he filmed it. And in fact, it is his intro video that he's got right here. It is only 50 seconds.
Jack up. You understand me?
All right, there it is, right there. Hold on.
Jack up. You understand me?
Okay, so he sees somebody getting arrested in front of his house, and he pulls out his camera and he starts filming. He doesn't know anything about why this guy's getting arrested. To this day, he doesn't know the details behind that situation. He's still digging to try and find out. Yeah, we the people includes us, you idiot. So, he has no idea why this guy's hemmed up. There's two cops trying to put the cuffs on him. They call for backup. A third squad pulls up. They don't know what's going on. All they know is their friends called for backup. Chris against tyranny. So they pull up, and they see these guys struggling with this dude. So he gets out of his car. The dude who just got there doesn't know what's up. Sees them fighting, gets out of his car, runs over, and says, hey, if you don't stop resisting, you're going to get jacked up. And that's it right there. That cop saying that to the guy created a frauditor. Because Chris against tyranny said, if you don't stop resisting, you're going to get jacked up? Is that what you would call professional behavior, officer? How dare you talk that way to a citizen? And I'm saying, okay, what happens when, and I used this example, and I mean, all this will probably come out tomorrow when I'm actually up on his panel, okay? But this is what I was thinking, because I did make comments on some of his videos, and I commented on that one. And I said, all right, to understand, because here's what happened. After that, he goes to file a complaint against that officer for saying to that random person that he doesn't know why he was being arrested, if you don't stop resisting, you're going to get jacked up. So he goes to file a complaint on that cop for saying that. But being a frauditor, he doesn't play the hardcore, walking in the building and be like, hey, screw you, you stupid pigs. No, he's cool. He's calm and collected, But he's just as dumb. In fact, he's actually very dumb. But anyway, so yes, a frauditor origin story. Exactly. So he's going in there to complain against the guy. But they're doing these insane things like asking him what the name of the officer is. Well, you're supposed to tell me. I'm a lady sitting behind a desk. You come in and say, hey, I want to file a complaint against that officer who arrested that guy in front of my house. What officer? What house? Who the hell are you? They're supposed to just know all these things, and now they're horrible, evil, rotten tyrants that are purposely going out of their way to hide information from him because he has a camera. Can't possibly be because he isn't telling them anything, so they have no idea what the hell he's talking about. So now eventually he files his complaint. He actually sits down and has a meeting with the chief of police. He posts all this on his channel. I'm going to break all, and I'm working on a video about it. Like, because Unclean, when you gave me a mission yesterday, oh, you have no idea how much I've been doing research and digging through this guy's videos. I'm working on a video that breaks down everything he said that's BS. Like, I'm getting ready on the Freddy for this guy. So anyway, hey, what do you call a cheap circumcision? A ripoff. Yes. Oh, man. Shame him like only you can, Has. All right. So anyway, the dude, he's saying all that. So I commented on that video. I was trying to make a point. Because, all right, let me go back a little bit and finish this. What ends up, long term, what ends up happening. He puts in the complaint against the guy. So the chief of police says, all right, I'll sit down and I'll explain to him that, hey, if you don't stop resisting, you're going to get jacked up. Might not necessarily be what we would consider the best type of language to use in that situation. But shortly after that, the guy ends up getting a promotion. So now Chris against tyranny is super mad. Now he's going to start going to the city hall meetings to complain. Because how dare they give a promotion to a guy who just had a complaint filed against him? Yeah. Wait a minute. Now let's see why he shouldn't get a promotion. And what Chris is big. Now he's majorly against them for giving this guy a promotion. Like, that's the worst thing the city could have done. Because now Chris against tyranny is adamantly against the government and he's going to tear him down. So now he's doubling down on his quest to go against the government because they gave this guy a promotion. So what's his reason why they should not have given him a promotion? Well, because while this guy was resisting arrest, he said, stop resisting or you're going to get jacked up. So I tried to put a comment on there and I said, look, the words coming out of his mouth the way they did, when you watch the video, he pulls up, he just got called, we need backup. He pulls up, he sees this guy fighting with the cops. Well, he's on the ground, but he's like not, letting them cuff him up. So all he knows nothing except he got a call. We need backup. So he sees these guys wrestling on the ground, hops out of his car, runs over, says, stop resisting or you're going to get jacked up. So now I'm thinking, well, no, Maserati, that's the thing. They took his complaint and the chief of police said, I'll sit down, I'll talk to and he even has paperwork from the city because his FOIA was filled. That's a whole nother part of the story. We'll get to that in a minute. His FOIA was filled. But, no, you know what? I'll explain that right now. This guy, his story just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. He gets in the mail the information he FOIA'd. They gave him what he asked for, including a disciplinary, like a paper from the chief of police explaining that officer was disciplined for using inappropriate speech when he said that. But they mailed it to him. How dare you send me this stuff in the mail? What the hell is wrong with you evil, horrible, rotten, no good tyrants sending me the information I asked for? You think I'm lying? Wait till you see the video I'm working on with this guy. This is So he files the complaint, they accept it, and then they take action on it. But what does that mean realistically? I guarantee you I know exactly what his discipline was. The chief said, somebody's mad that you said you're going to get jacked up, and technically that's not necessarily how we want to say it. So whatever. I told him I'd tell you. I think realistically that was the extent of his discipline. But because they got all the information he FOIA'd, put it in an envelope and mailed it to him, he's complaining about that. Every time they give him his information, he finds a reason to complain about the way they give it to him. If they email it to him, he's complaining about he didn't get it on paper. He gets it on complaining. He's complaining they sent it in the mail. If he has to go physically pick it up, he's complaining how come they didn't mail it to him or email it to him. No. All right, Uncle Artie, you probably missed it yesterday. On Saturday, shut up, Artie. On Saturday, the first hour is going to be NCR. And then the second hour, I'm going to bounce back and forth between you and Jerry. And me and Jerry will probably have a lot to talk about because he's going to be at that Chris thing that I'm talking about tomorrow at Chris Against Tyranny deal. I'm thinking it's going to be a shit show because what I think is going to happen based on, because I've watched Chris Against Tyranny's past live streams, and what I'm afraid is going to happen tomorrow is that I'm not going to have a debate with Chris Against Tyranny. Forgiving Jerry isn't going to have a debate with Chris Against Tyranny. What I'm afraid is going to happen is that every time Jerry or I try to talk, Manuel Mata, who always seems to pop up on this guy's panels, is going to talk over us and talk shit and be Manuel Mata. But anyway, getting back to Chris Against Tyranny story. So he does that whole bit and he goes through, he does this thing, requests the information against the guy, this and that. So I made a comment on that original video and I said, look, let me try to use an example that maybe you might understand, okay? Because again, the whole thing is like 2 seconds. Like he pulls up, sees there's a struggle, so stop struggling or you'll get jacked up, right? Now, it's 3 Central Time, I think. 3 p.m. Central he has it scheduled for tomorrow. Yeah. I'll put his thing back on the screen, his little thumbnail for it. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so anyway. So Dr. Douche Canoe, Chris Against Tyranny. I say, if you have a child, like as a parent, I'm thinking if I have a child and my child is crossing the street and a car's coming about to hit my kid, do I get the kid out of the way of the car so they don't get hit? Or do I say, excuse me, son, would you be so kind as to... And bam, they've already gotten smashed by the time that I nicely try to explain to them that perhaps they might not want to stand in the middle of the road. They're already smashed by that. So this guy's struggling and he's resisting arrest, and this cop shows up, hops out of his car. What do you prefer he do? Run up to the guy and say, hey, buddy, while you're sitting there fighting with these other officers and you guys are all like, you know, swinging at each other and killing each other, instead of like trying to stop doing that, would you please be so kind as, or, hey, cut it out or you're going to get jacked up. Like, okay, yes, like the chief said, that isn't necessarily the way we would want them to put it. But in that type of a quick, fast, crazy emergency situation, that's what came out, because he doesn't have time to sit around thinking about what he's going to say, because for all he knows, he just got there. The guy might have a gun. The guy might be throwing punches. He don't know what's going on. He just got there. Ain't your chart music and art? What's up? So I used that example, like with the kid running out into the street, right? So what is Chris Against Tyranny's response to that? Who's talking about kids? Why'd you bring kids into this? Oh, so this is one of those idiots that doesn't understand that there are analogies and examples and that things can be analogous. In fact, I guarantee you he doesn't know that word. Oh, now you're just making fun of him for being stupid, right? No. Here's where it really gets good. Uncle Artie, why do you always try to hijack my show and make me just do what you say instead of just doing my show? Stop your show and go look at my message I sent to you on Discord. Because he has no original ideas. But wait, it gets better. So now his big thing is auditing churches. But it's not auditing churches like the way SGV does it. It's one specific church. So why has this guy who got butthurt because he heard a cop tell someone that he still doesn't even know what the situation was or why, I'm going to jack you up. So then he requests that cop's information. At first, he has to fight to get it because he refuses to give them any information like they all do. Well, I'm not giving you my name. Well, I'm not giving you my address. Well, I'm not saying. Well, then how the hell are we supposed to help you if we have no idea what you're asking for? Oh, you know, it was that cop who said that thing I didn't like. Which cop that said which thing that you didn't like? Like, what the hell are you talking about? But finally, he gets all that figured out, complains the whole time about the way that they're giving him the information he's requesting. They are giving him the information he's requesting, but he's complaining again. If they email it to him, no, you shouldn't have done that. They mail it to him, oh, you shouldn't have done that. If they want him to come pick it up, oh, you're going to make me drive all the way out there. They shouldn't have done that. So now he's going to start going to the city hall meetings every other week or however often they have them to complain about all this. And he posts every one of those, and most of those are pretty standard. Like, again, he's not a super aggressive type. He's not Regan Benson or a DMA or, Direct D or one of these guys who's like blatantly off in your face. He's chill. I'll give him that. Even tomorrow when I'm on his stream, I'll tell him. I'll give you that you're one of the chill ones. But why is he targeting a church all of a sudden? I'll tell you why. And this is the best. I love this. So there's a comment stream or string of comments on his channel. Let's see if I can find it right now. I'm trying to remember exactly which video I commented on that created this stream. Was it the church one? Let me look real quick. Let's see. Oh no, that's the park. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into all that right now because, again, I'm working on a video about this guy and I'm going to be on his panel tomorrow. But basically, so what happens is, he says something about, well, here, let me go back. So he's going to these city hall meetings, and every city hall meeting, there's a specific pastor of a specific church that shows up to every town hall meeting. And every time he walks in, and when he first walks in, he is very polite and very nice and greets literally everybody in the room, unless they seem to be engaged in some other type of activity at that moment, because he doesn't want to bother them. Well, this guy's always filming. So he doesn't want to get in the way because he doesn't know that this guy's a cop-hating, butthurt, anti-cop frauditor. For all he knows, maybe the guy is legitimate press. He doesn't want to bother him and get in his way. So after one of the meetings, he confronts the pastor. Says, how come you never say hi to me? And the pastor explains to him exactly what I just said. So, as all frauditors do, and he does, and I guarantee, my prediction that he's going to do exactly this tomorrow on the panel. I can almost guarantee it. Instead of going after the argument, he goes after the person. Instead of saying, you said that you didn't shake my hand because it looked to you like I was busy. So instead of addressing that statement, I'm going to say something that insults you personally. Like, oh, you think you're too good to shake people's hands, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it was. So the pastor says, well, you're going against the government. And this is a pastor speaking. He goes, you're going against the government. You should try reading Romans 13 instead of coming after me with ad hominem attacks. The next day, Chris Against Tyranny posts a video. And he starts the video by saying, so my wife and I sat and read Romans 13. But mid-sentence, instead of explaining, hey, Romans 13 is the one that says like that we should submit to the government. Instead of saying that, because remember what the pastor says to him. The pastor says, hey, instead of just going after the government and then insulting me, right? He says, instead of just going after the government, you should read Romans 13 instead of just coming after me with ad hominem attacks. That's what the pastor said. So the next day, his response video was, well, my wife and I read Romans 13 and, we were trying to make sure we understood it, but then I realized something. This ad hominem, that's some like Latin or something. Who the heck speaks Latin? Nobody speaks Latin anymore. Nobody knows what an ad hominem means. Nobody's ever heard that word before. This guy's trying to speak a different, and now it's like this big conspiracy theory, like this pastor is speaking to him in Latin to try and do some kind of. So now he's targeting that guy's church and auditing this guy's church all the time. So that's his big beef now. Because he's too stupid to know what ad hominem means. Which is hilarious because him and all frauditors use ad hominem attacks constantly. Their whole lives are based on ad hominem attacks. Hey, you shouldn't do that because of A. Yeah? Well, you're a big stupid stoopy pants and you're a tyrant and you're a moron. Okay, that has nothing to do with the point I'm trying to make. That's an ad hominem attack. When your answer to someone's point is to insult them, that's ad hominem. Even if you're not necessarily insulting them personally. If you're talking about some nonsense that has nothing to do, I'm trying to find it. And you know what? I'm going to play a video so I could look for it while the video's playing because I have a string that I was looking for, a string of comments with this guy where I said something and his response to what I said was to attack unclean hands. And then I said, oh, ad hominem much? Or something like that. Anyway, here, let me play something else while I'm trying to pull that up. Let me see. Let me find one. Because I know it won't take me long to find it. I just have to, I don't remember which specific video I left the comment on. So I have to find it. So let's go with, how about an update on Craig from CH and Ty Audits, Mr. Hendry, and then I'll get back to the Chris Against Tyranny deal.
This video, we'll be taking a look at Craig from the channel Hendry, as he has given such a sweet deal to avoid having any jail time and any fines when he pleads guilty. And instead of taking the deal, instead of taking the raft, the lifeline, he chooses to be stubborn and declines the offer. And he gives his reasoning for that, which is ludicrous. With that being said, enjoy the video.
I can let y'all know what happened. That was very, very quick. That whole ordeal. All right, so we got 4 public safety in the chat. We got Chris. All right, guys. So what happened was So for anybody who doesn't know, for anybody who wasn't in the last chat, Judge Reese, who was presiding over the case before this court date, who moved me out of his court to this judge that I went to today, I'm back in his court because the judge from today has now recused herself of the case and moved me back into Judge Reese's court. There was a conflict of interest, she said. She said that she worked for the prosecutor's office before she took the job as a judge. So we're just getting, like I said in the title, it's ping pong, or it's not ping pong, it's pinball, right? They just wanted me to keep coming back, probably to miss a court date, and then hold me or put a warrant out for me. Thanks, Shiva. But guys, that's not the only news. In the short time that I was here, I picked up some information. So the public defender is not moving courts. He's moving out of the county. He is not even with the public defender's office after this Friday. So I don't know why they moved me out of Judge Reese's court in the first place. If Judge Reese wants me out of his court, he's going to have to dismiss the case. Because obviously we can't move out into the other circuit court judge's court. But we got a plea. My former public defender, Caleb Hurt, informed me that there had been talks about dismissing the charges outright as long as I sign an agreement to not sue.
So this is the main reason why Craig doesn't want to sign this plea deal, because he thinks that he's going to get some go-away money from a lawsuit. Well, that's not going to happen. Craig said before that he filed a federal lawsuit, and I asked Mark Stout to check on Pacer, and nothing was found under his name. So Craig is full of shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got $2 from Blackheart Knight. News Now Voodoo, were you planting the card in my room? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That almost sounds like Blackheart Knight is saying that he's seen the card in his room. The plot thickens. Oh. Blackheart, watch what you say, pal. You might want to plead the fifth before you get yourself in trouble, buddy.
Hey, are you accusing me of doing crap? Wait a minute. Accusation. Did you steal my Schrodinger's cat card, Blackheart Knight? Are you the one who took it? Oh, I hope not. Oh, I'm gonna call News Now Douche Canoe, and we're gonna figure this out, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna work together. Oh, wait, I'm pressing that button. Oh,
Thank you very much. I appreciate the appreciation. It's almost time for the cupcake dance, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all love the cupcake dance. I know y'all love the cupcake dance. I know y'all love the cupcake dance. I know y'all know the cupcake dance. All right, I found it, guys. I found it. So in this video, real quick, getting back to the one I was looking for earlier that I'm talking about. So this Chris Against Tyranny guy, I have this string of comments with him. So he's talking about, oh, you guys just steal people's content and don't make your own. And that's wrong. So my response is, why do you film people that don't want to be filmed? Because it's legal. Well, why do we take your videos and comment on them? Because it's legal. It's called fair use. I don't understand why people who say they fight for freedom hate freedom if it's not someone that agrees with you. It's like you're the tyrant. How do you not see that? Do what you say or we will be punished for it. For disobeying you. You're the tyrant. So his response to that, thank you for your support. So my response to that, I get it. You're saying that my commenting helps your channel. I get it. But what about what I said? You ignore/avoid actual discourse? Now, this is where we get into the guy who doesn't know the definition of the word ad hominem using ad hominem. What's his answer to, how about what I said? My point, because his question was, why do you guys take our videos? My answer was, well, why do you film people? Because it's legal. Well, taking your videos is legal. It's covered under fair use. So how does he address that? Your boy Unclean Hands deleted all the comments other than those that support him. Why does your boy hate freedom? Why can't your boy make his own content rather than taking other people's and make money off what they created? Sounds like he's on welfare to me, not willing to put the work to create his own content. He's a typical troll. Okay, so you're going to answer my question by launching an ad hominem attack on Unclean Hands. Time for the cupcake evidence at 2 minutes late. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. Underground News, what's up? Hey, good to see you. There she is. All hearts. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing but love. So anyway, so this is this is an example of why I've generally been trying, because like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but based on the guests that he usually has on his open panels, I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into more of like an Paul Unslaved type of chat, where it's just going to be a bunch of other frauditors trying to talk over me and Jerry and talk us down and launch into nothing but ad hominems. Because that's all they do. Because their arguments have no merit. See, that's the problem. That's why I generally don't even bother with these douche canoes. I used to do it all the time. But it didn't take long for me to realize that, one, just like when they're talking to cops or judges or lawyers or anyone else for that matter, except for each other, no matter what you say, you're wrong. No matter what you say, you're wrong. Just like the situation this guy is in. Go to put in my FOIA request. Okay, what are you requesting? I want all the information. Okay, you want us to literally just hand you our freaking server and everything on it? What do you mean, all the information? Like all the information on planet Earth? What you want? Just Wikipedia? You want a link to Wikipedia? Like, what do you want? Oh, well, how dare you ask me to tell you? You're violating my rights. What? Well, that cop who did that thing, I want all his information. Which cop that did what thing? Arguing back and forth with these guys for weeks about that. Until finally, one, because he comes in there every day, they figure out who he is. And they figure out what he's talking about. He has a meeting with the chief of police. He has a meeting with the chief's boss to complain about the chief. because he didn't like the way the chief handled the conversation, even though the chief went and disciplined the cop that he was complaining about. So they finally fill his FOIA. They're doing the email thing. Oh, it's a violation of my Fourth Amendment to make me give you my email address. All right, fine. Come pick it up. Oh, you're going to make me drive all the way over there. All right, fine. We'll mail it to you. Oh, now that's the worst thing you could possibly do. How dare you send this to me in the mail? Now you're breaking my Fourth Amendment right because you used my address without my permission. What's up, Florida Jim? And for anyone who doesn't know, there's actually 2 other events that put the frauditing bug up this guy's butt before he actually started doing it. You might not realize it, but this is the same guy that before any of this started, his neighbors were calling because he had what he was, okay, so it's hard to take his side of the story because he's a frauditor, but just based on what was in the video, he had his drain was stopped up. He poured drain cleaner down there, but there was an underlying issue that was causing it to back up that caused the drain cleaner and the nasty whatever stuff was in the drain to actually discharge in his yard right by the fence right next to where the neighbor's yard is. So the neighbor just sees raw sewage and smell and sees acid and stuff coming out of this guy's property. So he calls the city. They send the police out there to investigate. You're not allowed to come on my property. You're violating my rights by standing on my property. Well, I mean, we got complaints from the neighbors, and I could see that you got this stuff pouring out of it. Look, there's no law against Drano. That was this guy, if you saw that video. And before that, the event, the initial event that started the whole thing, and this is actually like a video that's almost worth watching just because of the significance of the situation, because this is no joke. A freaking airplane crashed in his backyard. Literally. And when they came to clean this guy's stuff, to clean up the wreckage, they asked him and his family to step out of the house for a few days because it was going to be this big, huge, dangerous. Just think about 9/11. Why are you bringing up 9/11? Because of what airline fuel can do if it ignites. So now this guy's got a backyard full of it. But there's no possible way that they asked him and his family to leave during the cleanup for safety reasons. No, that's not possible. It was just because they're horrible, evil, rotten, no good tyrants and wanted to torture him for no reason. So here's an example of what I'm talking about with this guy. Yeah, I showed this yesterday too. It's real short, but this is why I'm gonna do this thing with this guy tomorrow. Because like I said, I've been trying to avoid actually getting on panels with these idiots because they never have anything to say. It's just ad hominem attacks. And again, I think it's hilarious that this specific idiot is like offended that someone would try to talk to him in some crazy, weird language using words that nobody's ever heard of before by accusing him of using ad hominems. Who the heck has ever heard of an ad hominem? I never heard that word before. I don't know what that means. This preacher's just trying to trick me by using some weird Latin words against me. Ugh. Stupid, insane. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was a flat earther and an anarchist and said the moon landing was faked too.
Hey guys, how many times do you think an obsessed follower could say my name in a 15-minute live stream? Take a guess.
Unclean hands. 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 Is it unclean hands? Unclean hands. Unclean hands. Unclean hand. Unclean hands.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, Jerry. I don't know how long you've been listening, but we're talking about tomorrow's thing with Chris. I know you're going to be there. I'm going to be there too. Katie Zed, what's up? Good morning. You might want to rewind the show a little bit because I've been going over my battle plans for tomorrow. And since you're going to be there, it wouldn't hurt if you knew them as well, and we could get on the same page. Because I've watched his past live streams, and his open panels always have a really choice selection of douche canoes. One of his favorites is Manuel Mata. So I'm thinking that we have to be prepared to have a bunch of idiots talk over us and try to throw ad hominems at us. Nowhere fast. What's up? And I'm going to go out of my way to use the phrase ad hominem when they engage in ad hominems, because Chris against Frauditing made an entire video about how the word ad hominem was a Latin word that was just thrown at him randomly by some priest or preacher, whatever, pastor, who was trying to use some weird, crazy, outdated Latin word that nobody's ever heard of to try and confuse this guy. And so now he's targeting that guy's church. Oh, man. Anyway, I never thought I'd say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd rather finish watching the Craig Hendry video.
Obviously, I turned that down. So we're going to have to get a new public defender, though. But the deal that we got is here with us, and I want to show people what it is, because it's weird, and people who aren't in Kentucky don't understand. Did we find the ice cream shop? Yeah. Let's go. Ice cream shop. Yeah. So guys, anybody who's wondering, we had to bring the family today. So Nathan is with me, my son. We're going to go get ice cream after court because he was so good in the 4.5-5 hour drive. Yeah, for public safety. That was basically what the deal was. It wasn't explicitly agreement to not sue, but it was something that stipulates that. So yeah, buddy, we're going to go get the ice cream sandwich. Okay. But this is the agreement that they wanted to bring me.
This is an example of the kind of thing that drives me absolutely up the wall, batshit insane. I don't care. As soon as you have kids, this whole being a professional douchebag thing should be off the table. Focus on being a freaking dad, not on hating the cops. Your child, as soon as you have children, those children are more important than your hatred for the police. Where are we? What the hell planet is this? This is becoming so freaking common. Direct D's another one. I've said it before again and again and again. I've interviewed Direct D. What's up, Cola 42? I don't think I didn't see you there. Florida Jim Ling Chi. What's up? Lisa, hey. When you're there, and okay, when I interviewed Direct D at that time, I thought the interview went well because he kept saying about how I'm going to have a kid soon. My wife's pregnant. You know, I got to slow down with this nonsense. So I thought, hey, He's a mensch. For real. Like, to me, that's like when you are a man and you have kids, and because I'm one of them. I ain't going to sit here and just make it sound like I'm some big, wonderful saint. I never did anything wrong in my life. But as soon as I had kids, I quickly started walking away from that life. Because to me, being a dad became number one above all the other bullshit. These guys, they put their hatred for the police, their hatred for the government, their hate above their love. Do you see? You butterbrain douche canoe scumbags, why we don't respect you guys at all. Your family, your children, that should be your love. By doing this, you're putting your hate for the police, your hate for the government, your hate is a higher priority in your life than your love. And then you wonder why I call you guys demons. And I say you have no soul and you're heartless. What's up, Gamer88?
And I will scroll down on it kind of with the camera. But so this is what they want me to do. So, and for public safety, that was not an official plea. That was just what they were talking about, he said. But so we have disorderly conduct. They want me to plead guilty to it, and they want me to have credit for time served. That's what that says. Disorderly conduct in the second degree, credit for time served. Oh, is it showing a blank screen for everybody? Let me show in the comments if it's showing a blank screen, because I just saw that we had a blank screen. Okay. So yeah, and guys, just so you know, I served a total of 3.5, 4 hours. You know, it was not like this charge carries a year. You know, this isn't a real petty charge. This carries a whole year. And they want me to serve or plead guilty, time served, no mention of a fee or a fine, nothing like that.
So that is actually ridiculous. He is facing up to 1 year in prison or jail, and he is risking that. He's risking to be found guilty and serve actually an extra year of his life. Is he out of his mind? This is a life vest that they threw at him. They're giving him a chance to get away pretty much scot-free, and he's refusing the help. He is so stubborn and his ego is so big that he refused to take the life jacket that was thrown at him. Anyways, that's his life. It's his time. We only have so much time on earth, and if he wants to spend it behind bars, that's his choice.
And yeah, and then they want to merge count 2, which is criminal trespass, with count 1. And so that basically means dismiss it. And yeah, so that sounds to me, I think I saw somebody in the comments say that someone's desperate to sell a car and they're just giving you the best price. That is the best price that you can get. You know, I've heard people who go to jail, they get, time served with a fine, time served, sometimes they want to go to jail. Like in Vigo County, they want me to sign a 180-day plea. Well, I'll bring that story to you guys later. This live's about Boyd County. But yeah, they want to give me time served on this deal and just get out of my hair. And they probably hear me complaining about the drive and all that. And it would be easier for me to just.
Well, yeah, Maserati 5000 GT for $10 says Craig should have taken that deal and ran. Do you really think that someone as stupid as a frauditor would understand that? What's funny is that that big DMA rant a few weeks ago or month now, where when him and his 15 buddies all got arrested, well, the 5 of them got arrested, and the other ones all pled out. and then DMA didn't and got found guilty, and then cried a river because they took plea deals. They should have done what I did and get found guilty. And let me tell you something about plea deals. This is an example, okay? Here's the problem. That none of these butterbrain douche canoes understand, so I'm going to try and explain it, even though I know none of them are going to listen because they don't know how to. I'm going to try anyway. Oh, wait a minute. I owe Maserati 5000 GT a happy dance! All right. Thank you very much. Love it. So, they all have this thing about plea deals. So, let me explain, because obviously you guys don't understand how plea deals work. Now, you'll say, yeah, I do understand how they work. The government's trying to screw you at every chance they can get. All they care about is screwing people, and plea deals are an excuse for them to screw you. No. No. That's not what a plea deal is. Oh, well, they just don't want to do the work. Or they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to lose. So they offer you a plea deal because they know if you take them to court, they're going to lose. So I take them to court to prove them wrong. And then if they win, that just proves they're corrupt, because only corrupt courts win cases. What's up, Tesla Radio? Good to see you. So anyway, it's all, they all think everything's a crazy conspiracy theory, because each one of them thinks that they're the only person in the world. Like the judges, the lawyers, and the cops. Like, because think about it. If the world worked the way that frauditors think it works, then what that means, again, if you think any of their arguments through to a logical conclusion, you realize that they have illogical logic, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's a dead end. Because if you think their thoughts through to the logical conclusion, then what that means is that what judges do, what all judges do, is all they do is they, like, for example, the judge on his case, he doesn't look at his docket and all of the hundreds of cases he's got coming on. No. What he does is he pulls out Craig Hendry's file. Oh, how are we going to screw Craig? Oh, how are we going to screw Craig? Hey, lawyers, come here. Prosecutor, come here. How are we going to screw Craig? What about all those hundreds of cases? Ah, screw them. Craig Hendry, the frauditor. We got to figure out how we're going to screw the frauditor. Like, that's all any judge ever does, right? Like, no judge, no lawyer, no prosecuting attorney, nobody anywhere actually works on any cases, except for the one frauditor case. The ones in Denver, the judge in Denver, the prosecuting attorney, the DA, everyone in Denver, they don't look at the hundreds. In Denver, probably thousands of cases they have on the docket. No. They just look at Christopher Cordova's case. Oh, how can we screw Christopher today? Oh, I can't wait to figure out a way to screw Christopher. Like, they actually believe that this is how the world works. That they're the only one. And that the whole government and everyone in it is just obsessed with screwing them specifically. Now let me drop some reality and some truth on you butterbrain douche canoes. Jackwagon, Borough Cove, freaking Jabberwockies, okay? And yes, those are all ad hominems. Thank you. My favorite ad hominem attack of all time, by the way, is when I was on Paul Unslaved's panel, and they asked me if I ever wore a mask during the mask mandate, and I said yes. And instead of responding by explaining to me their point of view on the mask mandates, they say, oh, well, who cares what you say? You're an idiot that has a little orange dot on your microphone. I have an orange dot on my microphone. For real? That's your answer? You can't make this shit up. Anyway, so when you talk about criminals and crime, we already have overcrowded prisons. They don't want to throw you in jail. Your huge argument. They just want to throw everyone in jail because they're tyrants and just want everyone in a dungeon. Then why would they offer plea deals at all? They offer plea deals to keep people out because the prisons are already overcrowded. And if you're not murdering people and doing things like that, then they're going to actively try to keep you out of prison. But there has to be some sort of consequences for your actions. So they offer you a plea deal. It's not because they're afraid of you. It's not because they're obsessed with you personally. But no, it can't be any of those reasons. No, can't be. I say it all the time, all the time, all the time. When you talk to these guys, having a conversation with them about law and about fact is no different than a conversation that would go like, hey, 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Here, look, I'll take 2 things and then take 2 more things and then count them. How many things do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's not. Wait. I just showed you. How many things do you have in your hand? I got 4. That's right, because I gave you 2 and then I gave you 2 more. So 2 and 2 is 4, right? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Well, why am I wrong? Well, because you're fat and you sound funny and you live in your mom's basement and you sit and you're a keyboard warrior. What do you mean? 2 + 2 is 4 is what I'm trying to tell you. No, it's not. Why not? Well, because you're a bootlicker and cops are tyrants and the government's evil. No. I said 2 + 2 is 4. You take 2 things, and then you take 2 more things, and then you count them, you'll have 4 things. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. No, that's not true. Well, why isn't it true? Because MK Ultra was real. It turns out it was real. MK Ultra happened. That actually was a thing. What the hell are you talking about, you butterbrain douche canoe? That's what it's like having a conversation with these boneheads. They think because, like, people who don't think because they don't think because they're stupid.
Not, to just take this plea and just not, fight it. It would be much easier for me to do that. And they know that. But the thing is this is, we didn't get into this about easy. This is about holding them accountable. And we're not necessarily even looking to get anybody fired, right? The guy who arrested me is probably past the age of retirement anyway. We just want them to change their ways, right? We want them to know. We want to have it in a court of record that they can't do this anymore in Boyd County. That they've done it recently and they know they're not allowed to, and we'll stop it from happening again. Because the way that they came up to me, you can tell that these guys probably don't like being recorded on traffic stops or being recorded on anything, for that matter.
Hey, wait a minute. Little Chihuahua, the way you said that, I wasn't following the chat, but I just see I'm out of here. And usually when people say that, it's a bad thing. Like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, is there something wrong? Is somebody picking on you? Because if somebody's picking on you, that's a problem. I got an issue with that. Because that's my little Chihuahua right there. Or are you just saying goodbye? It's just you said it in a way that I was like, what? Wait, what? Anyway, I like this. It'd be the most satisfying thing to snatch that hair right off of his stupid head. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. So little Chihuahua's just not having a good day. Okay. I'm sorry, little Chihuahua. Well, I hope you feel better. God bless. Love for the Chihuahua. Always. So getting back to Craig, what did he just say? All right, let's go back because I want to address what he just said. Hold on.
And we went on happening again. Because the way that they came up to me, you can tell that these guys probably don't like being recorded on traffic stops or being recorded on anything, for that matter.
Okay. Again, and as always, never, ever, 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 never, never, ever, ever. Yes, inside a building, if they said there's no filming in this building, they would ask you to stop filming. Yes, I'll give you that. But you're talking about standing outside. Never! It's never stop filming. It's always go stand back over there if you're going to film. It's always maintain a safe distance. Well, I can walk up whatever I want. It's my right. And then you see videos like the one last week or 2 weeks ago where the cop's in the gas station walks up to the guy who's standing by a stolen U-Haul that the cop knows has been reported stolen. Says, hey, is this your truck? And the guy goes to grab the cop's gun and shoot him with his own gun. So you see something like that, and then you don't understand why cops don't want you getting close to them? It's not that they don't want you to film them. And this specific case that he's talking about, for those of you who saw the video yesterday, I showed it again. Showed it twice on here. He's specifically talking about the video where he pulls up to an active shooting in the dark with no street lights outside. Starts running up to the cop. The cop's like, whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. They're just mad at me because I was filming. So insane. It's the fans. Because I refuse to believe that, I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I give these guys way too much credit. I really do. Like, I know that Craig Hendry is a freaking moron. But is he really that stupid? Especially hearing the discussion he had with the cops, where they explained exactly what was going on and exactly why they asked him to stop, and he's still saying they were mad at me for filming. Like, you don't know that when there's an active shooter running around somewhere that they don't know where he's at, and then some idiot comes running up to him in the dark, and they ask that idiot to stop, and he doesn't, that they're going to freak out? No, it's just because I had a camera. Come on. In fact, there's a lot more to it because I'm missing a detail, or I'm not mentioning a detail because, I'm not thinking, but he called the cops and told them that he was going up there. So they told the cop that was there, somebody's coming up to the shooting and they're irate. That's all the cop knew. Either way, it wasn't because he was filming. It was because they're in an active shooter situation and some idiot comes running up to him in the dark. They ask him to stop. He doesn't stop. And that's such a huge part of the problem. And this is why it's very important what people like me, what we do. Because the judges, the prosecutors, the DAs, they need to learn and understand. If they just see once in a while a case like this, all they see is, hey, this guy was filming the cops and then they arrested him for filming. Well, that's not legal. Let the guy go. Case dismissed. You can film cops. I don't see the problem with that. Because they don't understand what First Amendment auditing is. They don't understand what these frauditors do. The general public has no idea that these guys even exist. They have to be exposed. We have to expose them more and more so that people will understand that this isn't just a one-time situation where a guy just happened to have his camera out and the cops got mad at him because he happened to have his camera out. No, these people go out of their way to insert themselves into situations that they don't belong in, dangerous situations, because they know that's what's going to get the biggest reaction. He's lucky he didn't get shot. Exactly. The cop had his gun out.
And we want them to know that in public areas you can record. And we'd also like to I'm also going to take an interest in this county after we get this stuff taken off. Looks like we got Wolverine Transparency calling me names in the thing. Why don't we go ahead and take him out of the chat, and then someone can fact check him if they want to.
So it looks like Wolverine Transparency was stirring up drama in Craig's chat. That guy is a total drama queen. He can never get enough attention, and even the frauditors can't stand him. It's actually hilarious. The only one that's able to be his friend is BSBT because they're basically on the same level of delusion.
But we don't want that. We don't want that in the chat. So go ahead and get that out. But yeah, guys, so we're going to go and we're going to take this to trial if they want to, because obviously they don't want to. You know, they want to make this easy for both parties. They want to get their conviction, and they want me to stop having to come to this county. And now they've also got a court order in place. And so they're saying that I don't know, Wolverine Transparency, I don't know. I mean, if he's, yeah, you weren't saying that. You were saying something totally different, man. I don't know. I'm not accepting that talk here. If it's true, get the other guy out of the chat. Call me names. But anyways, we've got so we're not going to do it. We're going to trial, and we're not going to take the plea, Noel, because it's not even about suing, right? We might not even get any money if we sue here. That's just the reality, right? I don't know how it works in Kentucky. I know in Indiana, if you go to a trial in a civil case, the jury decides how much you get, and we might not get anything in the civil cases in Indiana, and we might not in Kentucky. But it's not about the money. This isn't about getting money here. When I started this, we didn't even think we were going to get money. When I started this, we thought that was at least 2 or 3 years out. But we're gonna, if we do get money from suing these guys, so be it. They screwed up, and they know that they're gonna have to pay up as a result.
So he says that it's not about the money, it's not about the lawsuit, but that's actually a pile of bullshit. Because when I first interviewed Craig when he got out of prison, I asked him, what's next for the channel, and he says that basically he won't even need to audit anymore. He just has to sit at home and wait for the big fat check to come in. He is beyond delusional. He's never going to win a penny from a lawsuit.
Looks like we got some haters in the chat. This loser, Craig Henry. Jesus, you can't even get the name right. All right, though. Yeah, Kay Brown, as a matter of fact, we got a hater in the chat. I wanted to let you know, man, they offered me a time served plea on this disorderly conduct charge. I served about 3.5-4 hours. So they're trying to let me off, man. They're not quite throwing the book at me. But we'll see how it works out at the end of the day. But guys, I wanted to let you all know that. Also, it's so weird in this county, and I want to get some sort of accountability across the whole board, because I think the judges are bad. I don't know about all the judges. I'm not going to say every judge is bad. I know that the chief judge is bad. The chief judge made a order in the courts. Let me see. Do you have that on your phone, Erica? The picture of that court order. I'll show you guys the order here soon. But the order is totally unconstitutional. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy thinks he's got control over the whole courthouse. Looks like we got Jayhawk, Hey You, Thanks, Jayhawk, for that $2 super chat. Corey Steele, read what I said. Sorry, guys, we're driving. But yeah, the court order I've got again because it looks like we're back on. But it says the court concerned with the decorum, security, and protection. This is bad. This buffering. Is this the way we took last time? We were getting good service the last time. Sorry about guys. Sorry about the buffering. Okay. But yeah, so anyways, it says the Chief Circuit Judge does hereby order pursuant to SCR 1.040. And guys, in a later video, I want to show you guys what this code that they're referencing in this is, because it's a nonsense code. It's a code, like the code is fine, but they're not using it correctly. They're basically saying that the judge can like control the staff, the non-judicial staff is what the law says. So they're using it completely improperly, right? Persons that enter the courtroom that are not in a public area are not non-judicial, or that are in a public area are not non-judicial staff. We're just persons, right? So he passed this order saying that, let's see there shall be no photographing, filming, or recording. What's up, Erica? Oh, you keep looking over here. But there should be no filming or recording in common areas of the Boyd County Judicial Center, except as provided herein. And then it says basically that you have to get permission from a judge to film inside the court at all, not even within their courtroom, just in the court in general. So the judge who passed this is George W. Davis III, and this guy is going to get a video done about him. We're gonna get a video done about every staff or every official that's corrupt in that county, because we're not going to put up with it anymore. That place is backwoods, messed up. They need to straighten up. And I'm telling them right now, if any of them are watching this, tell the judges, tell the prosecutors, it would be a hell of a lot easier on yourselves if you just admitted that you were wrong and came to me and tried to make it right with me on a personal level, because this is ridiculous. You know, we cannot, dragging me and my family back 350, 400 miles every single time you guys have a problem with somebody. You just don't like me recording in the courthouse. This is ridiculous. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I can understand how it would be inconvenient to have to drive 4.5 hours to Kentucky every time there's a court date. There's a couple things he could do to stop that. One, he shouldn't have frauded it that far. Craig knows very well that when frauditing, there's a chance he might get arrested, and now he has to pay the consequences. So he shouldn't have went that far. And two, maybe he could just take the plea deal. After all, he did commit the crime. So just do the time, which will be pretty much nothing. And then you won't have to drag your family all the way to Kentucky once a month. But no, his ego is too big, and it's really getting in the way of him making good decisions.
Right, and it's not just me that thinks so. And we'll see. We'll see after this gets a little more media attention, because I believe that it will. But guys, I just wanted to bring you that update, and I want to show everybody who wasn't in here 5 or 10 minutes ago what this is. So this is the plea that they brought me in court today. Disorderly conduct, second degree, credit 4 times served. I served about 3.5, 4 hours, and then the criminal trespass is merged, which means I'm not pleading guilty to it. But they want me to plead guilty to the charge and then basically just say we can't. After that, I can't sue. I can't file for any sort of official redress of grievances. So we're not doing it, right? We're not doing it, and and that's the way it is. So yeah, what Slim Jim said, he said it right. So guys, I just wanted to bring you that update. A lot more stuff is going on in the courthouse and in the county. And we're going to bring you the whole story, because it's a really weird situation, and it's just not going to work out for these people, and they know it. And this is what they're bringing me because they want this to go away. They're bringing me the best deal that they can give me. I bet if I hadn't served any time at all, they would probably bring me a guilty plea with not even a fine and no time at all. But I served about 3.5, 4 hours before I got bonded out by my good friend, and they have to give me time served because I served the time. But I believe if I hadn't served time, they probably wouldn't have made me serve any time at all, and they wouldn't have me pay a fine. But that's what's going on, guys. That's what's going on in the case. That's the latest update. We're not doing it. Henry doesn't play this. Henry don't play that nonsense. So everybody can rest assured that we're taking this to a jury trial.
Yep, he's going to take it to a jury trial, and I wonder how that's going to go. The 12 juries are going to see a cloud chaser that doesn't even live in Kentucky, that came to their state to record stupid videos and got himself arrested. If I were in that jury, I would have no problem finding him guilty, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen. But then again, we're just going to let Craig do his mistakes. He was given an olive branch. He was given a life vest, and he chose not to take it, and he will have to live with that decision. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Media attention.
Just to let you know, I'm far from being broke. I am butthurt because you took my video. I got no money. I'm not poor. I don't have any money. Come on, guy. I have money.
Oh, that's good the way you edited that together. I like that. Jury, tase him. Wouldn't that be great if that could actually be given as a sentence? I sent you to 6 months tasing. That'd be beautiful. Just once a day, every day. Like you're under house arrest, and once a day, every day at noon, the cops knock on your door, and you have to take a tasing, and then they leave. Come back the next day, give you another one. Oh, for 6 months. That would be beautiful. I'd love that. Okay, now you're free to go back out, and please don't audit anymore, you idiot. Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, Craig, man, let me tell you something. Like I was saying earlier, the whole thing is insane. And just, I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't know, you can't predict. You don't know anything could happen, especially if he pulls, a last minute card and actually gets a lawyer. And if his lawyer is good, then who knows, But this is the problem. And this is sort of what I was alluding to earlier. This is one of the reasons why these guys are horrible, because they get these arguments in court that they make that are based on a 5 a.m. wake up tasing. Mr. Fox knows what's up. So anyway, they all seem to have this idea, this overall overreaching idea, belief, whatever, that they're going to win based on all this stuff, right? But it goes back to what I was saying. The average member of the jury, the average judge, the average prosecutor, the average DA, the average human just walk up to people. I say this all the time, and it's still true. Just walk up to random people on the street and say, "Excuse me, have you ever heard of a First Amendment auditor?" They'll be like, "Why are you in my house, you lunatic? Get out of here." No. Seriously, they won't know what the hell you're talking about. Right? So they're in court and they hear these, because I've seen it so many times, and it's so frustrating when I still haven't seen anyone win on the merits of their argument. I've seen a lot of dismissals. And okay. I know there have been a lot of court cases, and I know there have been a lot of decisions where there were things that they could put in their belts as a victory. The problem is it's hard to talk about those because they just see that as fuel being added to their fire. See, it is possible. You can win. It's like, no, you idiot. There's always other circumstances involved. Just like all the court cases that they quote. They always misquote them. They always quote them out of context. They always take one little sentence or one thing that has nothing to do with anything. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 euro to tase the voodoo doll. All right. Thank you, Bano. All right, we're gonna get a tasing going just for you. He's still passed out from the last one, but let's see what we can do. All right, Bano, here we go. Let me set this up real quick. I got to prep for the tasing because I always got to make sure I don't get shocked in the process. All right, here we go.
Ow. Come on, Hez. I'm still sore from the other one. Bano? With euros? 12 euros? Wait a minute. I'm getting tased for 12 euros? What is that in American, like 12 cents? Oh, you horrible, rotten, no good, nasty, horrible European piece of European, not American stuff, guy. I don't know anything about European culture. Teach me about Europe, Hez. What? Oh, hey, so, in 1483, American presidents are descended from King James. It's a conspiracy.
Well, all right. I don't know what the hell that idiot's talking about. Anyway, we do love Salacious. That's a fact. For a 1A auditor is the same as the threat of arrest. It's a term that has no meaning. Yeah, everything that comes out of their mouths has no meaning, except for in their heads. They're crazy sovereign citizen Jabberwocky brain stems. Ugh. Ah. It's a shame that the courts don't understand what this is. All they end up hearing or seeing is, well, this guy just had a cell phone on him, and everyone has cell phones, and he was filming a little bit. Like, what's the big deal? I don't understand. Because they don't know that this is the MO of these douche canoes. I think when they see the video of Hendry running up on an active shooting in the dark, that they're going to kind of understand where the cops were coming from in that. $5 from Highway Star. Voodoo, you still waiting for the ricochet? Tase. Wait for the ricochet. Ooh.
You wanna see my tasing? Woo! Woo! Oh, you wanna see my tasing? Woo! Oh, wait, where's the sound effects? Thanks, don't blow it again, Hez. Alright, good night, everybody.
Sorry about that. Like I said, stuff like that just proves that this is not pre-recorded. I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on something too. Who was Frauditor Zero? I with a little bit of research, I could find out. I used to know, but then Amendment Press kind of like seems to try to take that crown. But I know that there were audit videos that existed before he started auditing. So I don't know. Maybe some people do know who literally posted the first audit video. But I know that Amendment Press kind of tries to take the crown. So, like I said, if I could investigate a little bit and find out. I used to have a definitive answer for that, but over time, there's been some argument from other frauditors that started around the same time. Like when you look at the dates of when their first video was posted, of who exactly technically posted first. So I would kind of have to go back and look a little bit, do a little bit of research to find out. I guarantee it was someone stupid. Yep. This morning just took a nosedive. Why? What happened? Was it because I was singing? All I know is whoever it was an idiot. That's a fact. Zed Zippy says News Now Voodoo was framed. Anyway, here's the problem. So I've been thinking about this, so I wanted to ask your opinion on this because it's something I've been thinking about for a while now that I've been wanting to do. All the bits where I'm leading up to it, of course, I'm going to address the specific super chat. But I was thinking of, because when I do the tasing, I have to turn on the sound effects. I have to turn on the light effects. I have to do the sound with my voice. I have to shake the voodoo doll. There's a lot going on. But if I used a green screen to pre-record a couple of different versions of the actual physical tasing, it would be smoother for the show. Like actually watching the show would be smoother if I just clicked on the pre-recorded tasing and you guys just see him, and then I could shake him at super speed and make it like really intense and awesome and hardcore. And I think it would be really, really, really cool. But because it's a super chat thing, do you guys prefer that I'm doing it live? Like, is that kind of like what you're paying for? And you wouldn't like if it was a pre-recorded tasing, if that would be taking away from it. I think it would be better because, you know, I'd have more, since it's pre-recorded, I wouldn't have to worry about trying to balance the video and the audio and my own voice and everything and the voodoo doll itself all at the same time. But whatever. I'm just curious on your opinion on that because I've been thinking about it. It's been in my head. Kiss is in the house. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the next video I want to share with you today. 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 Dummy Kruger, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us to Willimantic, Connecticut, where we are checking in on a fearless freedom fighter that goes by the name the Constitution State. Our auditor here happens upon a traffic stop to record and is promptly asked multiple times to move back so he's not standing directly behind the officer conducting said stop. Of course, any directive from a police officer is immediately dismissed as unlawful, so our rights protector continues to record and actually moves closer to the officer instead. He plays a risky game of F around and find out, and he finds out. Before we get to the video, please take a moment to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and comment below. Let's jump right in.
Do what? I'm 10 feet away, dude. I'm good. You can do whatever you want. I'm good. I'm good right here. I get what you want, but I'm going to do what I want and what I'm allowed to do. Thank you. Jesus Christ. What up, Conk?
And here we go again with this 10-foot rule. There is no 10-foot rule. There is no 15-foot rule. There is no 20-foot rule. I'm not quite sure why they keep trying to make this a thing.
There isn't even an 8-foot rule anymore.
They have upheld the right of citizens to record police officers in public as long as the recording does not interfere with law enforcement operations.
Listen, I'm not doing this today. I am more than 10 feet
I don't
away.
want you behind my guy.
I don't care what you want. Listen, Dillard,
Go
I want
stand
you to
down
stop pulling people over with no
Go
reason.
stand down
No,
there.
I'm going to stand here where I'm allowed to.
4-8 to 12.
I don't want you standing behind
Go down the
him.
car.
I don't want you standing behind him.
There are a plethora of reasons that officers don't want individuals standing behind them while performing their duties. Officer safety and lack of visibility are certainly two of those, but the distraction has to be one of the key factors as well. An officer's primary focus should be on their duties and the situation at hand, not the person that isn't involved in the traffic stop whatsoever.
Just trying to tape a stop. They get their thongs all up in a bunch because we're standing behind them. Probably nothing. They probably didn't pull them over for anything, just to run the dog around. That's what they do. This guy loves stopping people for no reason, just to search them, just to get in their car. That's a fact.
Says the guy who keeps getting pulled over for speeding and driving without a license. I made a video on one of his stops last year where the officer hurt his little feelings. Check this out.
Why don't you guys hold each other accountable?
Sorry, I just need your license, registration, insurance.
Well, I'm looking for it, but you're saying here, why don't you guys hold officers accountable?
I can't hear you. You have your window rolled down this much. I'm just trying to get your information.
I'm trying to get it. I don't have my license on me.
Okay, you don't? What is your name, sir?
Yeah.
So, car's registered to Christine?
Yep.
Is that your mom?
Do I have to answer that?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to answer any questions.
Driving mommy's car? All right, I'll be right with you.
Oh, that was real polite. You're a loser, bro. You guys love pulling me over. Bunch of losers. I'm driving mommy's car, but he's driving our vehicle. Isn't that funny?
It's a mail-in ticket for failure to carry a driver's license and driving unreasonably fast, all right?
All right, thank you. Hey, we pay for your vehicle too, so I don't know why you're talking about what I drive, you fucking loser. Fucking bum. And you too.
So he pled not guilty to these infractions and is currently awaiting trial. Approximately 6 months after this incident, he was pulled over again and charged with driving while suspended. But sure, keep with that narrative that they're just pulling people over randomly. Okay, back to present day.
Danny, what's going on?
Just David. How are you?
Not bad. Listen,
I'm not causing any trouble. I'm not doing anything
I'm
wrong.
fine with that. So here's the deal. What I'm going to do is, obviously you're good to film. I fully understand that. You do your thing. But what I will make a reasonable request, and I have the right to do so, is that you stay behind the rear car.
What's that reasonable request? That's not reasonable.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Daniel,
not.
Daniel.
How is that? My camera can't hear. My microphone can't hear. That's not reasonable.
Danny,
That's not reasonable.
Danny, there's a safety issue.
What is that? What's the
The
issue?
safety issue is that my guys are dealing with traffic.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Danny, I'm not going to.
I'm proven, in fact, not to do anything. So it's me a citation, and I'll back up.
Daniel,
That's
it's
the
not gonna
only.
it's not going to be a citation.
So what are you going to do? You're going to
I'm
arrest
politely
me.
asking
You're going to
you.
arrest me.
It's called interfering with
I'm not
investigation.
interfering.
My guys
I
can't
haven't
do
said
their
anything.
job.
No.
Danny, back
Listen,
up.
don't touch me. Don't touch
Danny,
me. Don't touch me. Don't touch
Daniel,
me.
are you refusing an order to back up?
No,
Danny,
I'm doing what I'm allowed
my
to
guys
do.
can't do their
Right?
job,
Yes,
Danny.
they've been doing their
You
job
have
the whole
Zoom on
time.
your camera.
Does my microphone have Zoom? This is what we deal with in Willimantic, guys. Bunch of tyrants.
This is not tyranny. This is looking out for everyone's safety that is involved. The officers, the people driving by, the person pulled over, and even the cameraman himself. It's not unreasonable to ask him to stand behind the car. It's not the officer's fault that he has a shitty microphone.
Oh, now this fairy's gonna call and try and get me in trouble. I haven't done a damn thing wrong. I'm further back than I even started. I'm 15, 20 feet away now. What's good, outlaw? Just dealing with some tyrants trying to violate our rights. What'd they stop you for? And that needed to be searched. Now you need a dog and all that. That's what they're fishing. That's what they always do. Especially this blonde one. He loves stopping people for no reason.
All right, Daniel. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do then. That cruiser. That's reasonable.
No, it's not.
All right, type in a warrant, please.
Do what you got to do, bud. Everybody sees it.
Don't interfere with our.
I haven't interfered yet. You interfered, you loser. You're a fucking bum, dude. You are a bum, Ravella. Come up and shake my hand. You're the fakest cop out here. You don't give respect because you don't earn respect, you loser. You got to give respect to get it, you clown. No, you lost it, you loser.
So the supervisor granted him another opportunity to stand back, but his orders were ultimately rejected. Instead of arresting him on the spot here, the officer mentions he will be typing up an arrest warrant for our First Amendment auditor.
Oh, you hear him running my name? They're going to put a warrant out for interfering. What up, Heather? This supervisor loser is giving me a warrant for standing here filming. That's it. Nothing else. Interfering. I've never interfered.
Well, I guess that will now be up to the judge or a jury to determine. In Connecticut, a person is guilty of interfering with an officer when such a person obstructs, resists, hinders, or endangers any peace officer. But the threat of a warrant wasn't enough to deter this tyrant hunter, so he decides to move in closer for an even better shot.
Make up distances. Suddenly they own this part of the sidewalk because they decided to pull somebody over here. Right? Doesn't make much sense. Oh, I have it, Kai. I got everything. Got a whole list. Every police officer that works there right now, I have their name and badge number. I'm definitely telling you, it's not going to go. Well, you should really learn what interfering is so you don't keep wasting your time doing this.
Just like you, I'm going to talk shit right back all day long.
Do it. Go ahead. Show us what a great professional cop you are. You fucking loser. You're a loser, bro. You are a loser. You're a loser. You're an active loser.
It's quite humorous to me that when these auditors get their feelings hurt, they always revert to these playground insults. He used these exact same insults while he was pulled over driving his mom's car.
Well, yeah, and he's an idiot. That's why. He don't care. He knows he won't get in trouble. He knows the police department won't hold him accountable. And he thinks because he's a supervisor, he could do whatever he wants. Dude ain't no sergeant. He ain't no anything. He's a manager. He's not a captain. He's not a lieutenant. He's a babysitter. Babysitter Ravella, 312. That's his badge number.
He is correct here because a lot of times officers do have to act as babysitters. Case in point, this video.
Why not? I'll help him push it.
You can help me push it.
Absolutely. I'll help you push it. Yeah, now you're arrested because they searched your car for no reason. Now you're getting arrested because they searched your car for no reason. Oh, man. You guys are a bunch of fucking losers. How?
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when I talk about building false narratives and lying to their audience. You're getting a because they searched your car for no reason. So he goes to court and the judge reads the charges. You are being charged with the police searching your car for no reason. That's his charge. That's what he's being arrested for. He's not being arrested because they found something. It can't be because they found something. It has to be because they looked. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting arrested for filming. No, you're getting arrested for not backing up. I'm getting arrested for filming. No, you're getting arrested for trespassing. You're getting arrested for them searching your car. No, it's because they found something when they searched your car. How many situations do we see where these guys walk into a situation like this? They don't know why this guy got pulled over. He doesn't know anything about the guy that they pulled over at all. He just assumes right off the bat you pulled him over for no reason. So why did they just? So you think that's what cops do? They just let's pull over that random car for no reason. Yeah. I always say this. About 2 weeks ago, and I think I've shown it twice now. I showed a video on this channel where And the reason why I always keep going back to this example is because if the police would have handled the stop the way that the frauditors want the police to handle stops, the guy would have just, hey, officer, I'm driving. I'm sorry to, but I don't need to give you any paperwork. If you want to write me a citation, that's fine. But, I don't need to give you any paperwork proving that it's my car because that's a violation of my Fourth Amendment. And then the cop said, oh, okay, sir, I'm sorry. And then let him go. That is what the frauditors would want. They think that would make this a better world if that was the way all traffic stops were handled. But I like to talk about that one particular video because if the police would have handled it the way frauditors want them to handle it, they would have let the kid go. But because they did it, for those of you who've been watching me for a while, you might know already what video I'm talking about. What ended up happening in the end? They found out that the car wasn't. The person who was driving it didn't own the car. But he didn't really technically steal it. In fact, the owner of the car was with him in the car, dead in the trunk. If the police did things the way frauditors want them to do things, they would have never looked in the trunk because that would be an illegal search. So they would have never found the dead body in the trunk. The owner of the car who we killed and threw in the trunk. No, see, this is why people don't like you, because you don't listen. No frauditors ever hear anything. They don't hear anything. It's like their brains are just malfunctioning or something. They don't know. They don't know. That's my point. If the cops just went by, hey, the guy said, leave him alone. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to leave him alone. Then they would never catch the murderers. The only reason they caught the murderer was because they don't do that. I'm not saying this guy's guilty of murder. I don't know. Obviously, they found something when they searched his car. Maybe it was a gun. Maybe it was blood. I don't know. But the point is, the auditor's like, you shouldn't have searched this car in the first place. Well, I'm sure an auditor would say the same thing to the guy who had the dead body in his trunk last week. Well, the cops illegally searched his car. Well, first of all, it wasn't an illegal search. And second, they found a dead freaking body. In the frauditors' world, they would have never found that body. That's my point. If you would listen to what I'm saying. Yes, there are many examples where someone is not doing anything really super bad and they get stopped by the cops. But if you're not doing anything really super bad, guess what? Maybe you'll get a warning. Maybe they'll let you go. But if you're acting suspicious, you're creating RAS, then that gives them RAS to do their bit. And that's how they find the criminal stuff that you are doing. They found something in this guy's car. So the frauditor's like, they're arresting you because they decided to illegally search you. No, they're arresting them because they found something. He doesn't know why this guy got pulled over in the first place. If it was for having a dead body in the trunk, we don't know that. He doesn't know, and he doesn't care. That's the thing. Frauditors don't care. That's 90% of our beef, of my beef. They don't care. Oh, did it hurt your feelings? No, because you don't care about people's feelings. Oh, well, what's the matter? What are you afraid that I might grab your gun and try to shoot you? Guess what? People do that! That happens! That is a thing that people do. It does happen. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. How do they know that? Oh, well, if I was there to cause trouble, would I make it obvious by pulling my camera out? Well, how many mass shooters? And I mean, this hasn't happened like once or twice. Over and over and over and over again. After a mass shooting, they'll go back and they'll look at that person's social media and they'll see that they've been warning everybody, it's just nobody took them serious. So to say, well, why, if I was going to do something horrible, why would I be making it obvious that I'm going to do it? They did. It's just nobody paid attention. So because these guys are starting to learn how to pay attention, hey, this guy keeps walking in with the camera saying, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing. Maybe he's grooming us. Maybe he's trying to train us to put our guard down when we see him coming, so that when it finally gets to that point where when we see him, we're just like, oh, it's just him, then he could turn around and mow us all down because we're not paying attention because he taught us to ignore him when he shows up. They don't know that that's not the case. Now, you might say, that's crazy. No. Thinking that cops are just running around pulling people over for no reason because they just love being evil, that's a crazy conspiracy. The idea that a criminal would actually go out of their way to put time and thought and effort into building up to his crime, that's standard practice for a criminal. You ever hear of Ted Kaczynski? He didn't just bomb a place and get caught. That went on for years. Criminals spend time. They play the long con. They play the long game. They're patient. It's like, I mean, sometimes I think that none of these guys have ever left, like, I don't know where these people live. But it's like they've never actually seen a real crime. They've never actually heard a story of anyone actually doing anything. All they ever see is a cop pulled someone over. Oh my God, these cops are just pulling people over. What the hell's going on? They don't see the police getting shot. They don't see the mass shootings. They don't see the riots. They don't see the try this in a small town stuff. All they see is cops are mean. Go cry to someone who wants to hear it, baby.
How do any of you sleep at night? You? Lucy or Gillard, how do you guys
Because they
sleep
get
at night?
criminals off the street. They're
Where
proud.
I want to know where the drugs are. Where are the drugs? You guys, where are the drugs?
None of your business.
Where are the drugs?
None of your
Where
business.
are the drugs?
None of your business.
Because of the brass knuckles, but no drugs. No reason why they went in the car.
So before the auditor arrived, a police dog apparently hit on their vehicle. That was the reason for the search. A pair of brass knuckles and scales were eventually found in the trunk.
Where are the drugs? No, I can follow him. Where are the drugs, Ravella? This guy can walk, but I can't. Come on, grow up, Gillard. You don't tell anybody what to do. I'm not breaking the law. Save it. Where are the drugs? If you could answer that, I'll leave Gillard. Where were the drugs? Where were they? Where were they? Ravella, where were the drugs? Gillard, you can stop getting in my way. No, can you stay? No. These dudes can stand here, but I can't. Get the fuck away from me. No, they're not. So I am too. Where were the drugs? Where were the drugs? Where were the drugs? Where were the drugs? You don't have to, but you can stop getting in my way and impeding my movement. No, I can walk wherever I want on the sidewalk. Why do you think you could tell me what to do? Because you asked? It doesn't matter what you ask, dude. That costume means nothing to me, bro. I could ask you to do shit. Why didn't you let these dudes go after you found no drugs? Why'd your dogs hit when there was no drugs? Why did the dogs hit? Why did the dogs hit with no drugs? Save it, save it, save it, save it. Obviously not, because you're f***ing following me, trying to grab my ass.
Have a good one.
Where?
I could just take that 15 seconds and just use that. Just that little clip. Here we go. You want to know why we hate frauditors? Here we go. Ask a question. Answer it. I don't want to hear your mouth. Then why'd you ask? They don't listen. They don't want to know the answers. They're just being a douche just to be a douche. And then, oh, you were trying to grab my ass. These guys are horrible, evil, rotten, demonic, satanic entities from the pits of
Where were
hell.
the drugs? Where were the drugs, guys?
So he walked away from the scene and wasn't arrested at the time. However, a warrant did pop up for him a few days later, and I knew it was only a matter of time before he was arrested. He posted the following on his community tab on July 20th of this year. So yesterday was a shit day. Crashed my car in a freak rainstorm on the way home from work. Was traveling in the fast lane and came up on a car doing like 30. Went to go around them so I didn't have to slam my brakes and end up sliding and hitting them. Got tickets for that. Then they arrested me for 2 warrants for interfering for the same thing. Rovella got his little girly feelings hurt and somehow persuaded the court to violate my rights. I didn't interfere. They did their job just fine. They just wanted me to move back, even though there was another guy right there taping. But he was okay. Not me. Gave me a $5,000 bond on top of the car, the petty tickets, pay $509 to get out. Then the crybaby state police gave me a ticket for no insurance. Even though I provided the insurance, he wanted my phone and I said no. He said he couldn't see it. The law doesn't state I have to give them my phone. These are the clowns we employ. Oh man, it's tough out there for an auditor these days. I do want to point out a couple of things he said in this community post. First, yes, there was another guy recording, but he's standing all the way up here, seemingly on his own property, and is completely visible to the officers when they're doing their traffic stop. And yes, of course, there's no law that says you have to give him your phone, but you do have to provide proof. If he can't read it while you're holding it, you do need to give it to him so he can verify that you have insurance. From reading this, it only sounds like there was one clown in this entire situation. And on July 22nd of this year, he went a little more in depth about the recent arrest during a live stream. Let's check some of that out.
So it sucks, but it just comes with it because they really believe we're going to give up. We're going to be like everybody else, or, you know what I mean? Told like, nah, we're going to take this to the end. We're already this far. Why are we going to stop now? We're going to ride it out. I'm not going to plea out because you guys violated my rights. And they didn't just give me one warrant. They gave me 2 counts of interfering, one with an officer, one with a search.
So yeah, his 2 charges are interfering with a peace officer, which we've already discussed, and interference with search. Interference with search essentially means interfering with an officer while attempting to serve or execute a warrant, or interfering with an officer while they are performing a search or seizure, like what was taking place at the traffic stop. Both charges are Class A misdemeanors with the maximum sentence of 1 year in jail and up to a $2,000 fine.
I got a car accident Tuesday. Wrecked my car. I was fine. The other people were fine. A third party stopped and called the cops. They didn't want to call the cops, so I wasn't going to call cops. We were just going to call insurance. They were going to get towed or drive away. And this other lady stopped, and she didn't know. She called.
Christopher O'Connor says, is this the uncle of Cyrax? So let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Hold on. See, what do you guys think? This is him. This is a douche canoe who we were just watching. And this is Cyrax. Current douche canoe. Previous douche canoe. Do they look like they're related? Oh, man.
Call the cops, and you can't blame her. So they came. It was two, like, I don't know, trainers and a rookie from Troop D. I thought I was still in Mass, but I was over the Connecticut border. So straight dicks the whole time. The rookie was actually cool, but the state police, the trainers were straight scumbags. The car wasn't registered.
And of course, the car wasn't registered. Similar to every other event depicted in this video, this clearly wasn't his fault either.
But right now, if you want to register a vehicle in Connecticut, it takes a month or two to even get into DMV. Since DMV still want to be shut down from COVID, you got to have an appointment. You can't just go in there and wait, which is BS. Go online and try to book one.
Ooh, I like a good challenge. I bet he thought no one would look, but proving these guys are serial liars is what makes this fun for me. So his claim was it takes 1 to 2 months to get an appointment with the DMV to register a vehicle, when in reality, you can book one 14 days out. If he were to go to the city next door to him, there were even earlier appointments.
I was making phone calls and stuff. My girl was coming to, luckily my girl was out of work and home, like, and the most messed up part is she was coming to get me. Like, she was already halfway there. She didn't even know where she was going, and then they take me in cuffs, in shorts, soaking wet. I can't find it. Where is it? But then put me in the AC up front. No shirt, shorts. It was cold as hell, I can't lie.
So he rambled on for an hour and a half during this live stream, so I'll end it here. Besides his 2 traffic-related offenses and this new arrest, this patriot has 2 more arrests that took place while frauditing, where he is currently awaiting trial. I'll follow up on those cases as they progress, so please check back in. I think we'll end the video here. Please do remember to subscribe, like, and comment below, as it's truly the best way to support my channel. Thanks everyone for stopping by today. This is Dummy Kruger, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.
All right. I love his song. Yeah, all right. Round of applause for Dummy Kruger, ladies and gentlemen. No, not you. Ah, me. There you go. Well, frauditors make me want to shout, because they're scumbags. Shout that they're jackwagon. Shout. Come on now. Shout. Come on now. They're dumb. Dumb as can be. They're dumb. They're stupid peaheads. They're morons. A little bit softer now. A little bit softer now. Frauditors are stupid 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 now. And a little bit louder now. The frauditors are stupid now. The frauditors are stupid now. Those butterbrain douchebags are stupid now. Those jackwagons are stupid now. Those dummies are stupid now. Shout. Hey, frauditors are dumb. That's great stuff, ain't it? Damn crows. Sorry, I was trying to entertain my audience, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. Improv, man. How many tasings has that no good frauditor News Now Voodoo had? I think he's had about 6 today. 5 or 6, yeah. Right off the old douche canoe mass production line. Yeah, they are. Butterbrain douche canoes from the pits of Hades. Horrible, rotten, no good scumbag, tyrannical douche canoes. All right. So I got this thing tomorrow. Obviously, I'm doing tomorrow's show, like always, the morning show. But in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock Central Time. So I guess that would be what? 4 o'clock my time? I don't know. We got this thing with Chris the Tyranny, anti-tyranny, Christopher Butthead face guy, whatever. Anti-frauditors against the frauditor machine there? Yes. AFAFM. AFAFM. Or AFATFM. ATFAM? And FAT. I'm trying to figure out a way to turn that into a thing. It's not a thing. Griffey for 2 Australian says for the 7th time, spark that taser. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready on the Freddy. We're going to make it steady like the Chetty Maletti. We're going to super duper. Oh, look at this. David Perillo Jr. is back with a $2 super chat. Vilified Freedom with $5. Hey, 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 Frauditors are dumb. He loved it. He heard me say jackwagon. He had to show up. George Stewart, hey, Hez, good to see you. Good to see you, too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All of a sudden, we got everybody coming down. This is the best. I love my fans. Best fans in the world. First of all, I owe you guys about 2 happy dances. Here we go. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. What? Ah. Wrong button. And somebody requested that we tase the voodoo doll, so we got us a good tasing. Here's some fan art of the voodoo doll getting tased. Great stuff. And now here's the voodoo doll in his pimp outfit. This is actually this drawing came from, I put the voodoo doll through an AI generator, and this is what it spit out. But I decided that that's his pimp outfit now. But and by the way, this is the newest Judy Johansson painting. That one on my wall, that's an original Judy Johansson. If she ever becomes a famous artist, I have an original. Yes, sirree. And there's her most recent one. So anyway, that all being said, let's get into tasing this voodoo doll because everybody loves watching a good tasing. Here we go, baby. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, Hez, I got it. I understand. Hey, look, guys. I know you guys are watching these frauditor videos and you want to see the frauditors get tased. And when they don't, then you want to see me get tased instead. I understand. I get it. But that don't mean I have to like it. Look, Blackheart Knight inserted a taser module in my spleen, and it's not fair. I think that's an invasion of my innards, and I don't like it. So what are you going to do about it, Hez?
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. News Now Voodoo New got tased again. Vilified Freedom says, you're right, as soon as I heard jackwagon. I love it, I love it, I love it. And then Nicody, RATFM, there you go. 2 more happy dances on deck, here we go. All right. All right, I love it, love it, love it. I love you guys. Oh my goodness gracious me. So anyway, like I was saying, tomorrow, let's see, let me get that back up again so we can look at it and see what's going on here with this nonsense. So here we go. Chris Against Tyranny. He decided, for anyone who's just joining us, wasn't here earlier when I told the story, I'm going to just give a short, brief overview again. I'm not going to go over the whole thing like I did earlier. But again, for anyone who missed it or is just joining us, so that they understand what I'm talking about, what's going on. So this Chris Against Tyranny guy, he decided to go after Unclean Hands because Unclean Hands made a video about him. And then people started making comments on his video, on Unclean Hands video, saying, oh, you probably got that cancer on your face because you deserved it and because God hates you for making fun of frauditors and all kinds of horrible, horrible stuff. All right, take it easy, Vilified. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Love you, buddy. So he's going off on Unclean Hands, saying the most vile, vicious, horrible, not him, his fans. But so this guy's, going on this nonsense. So I made a comment, on this comment section. I made a few comments about some of the stuff he's been talking about. The thing that got me the most, I mean, there's a lot of things that got me about this guy, but one of the things that really got me was a pastor at a church told him that, like, because he's against the government, he should read Romans 13 and quit just coming after people with ad hominem attacks. So then he makes a follow-up video where, because he's uneducated and he has no idea what ad hominem means, he's thinking that this preacher is trying to do some crazy Latin double talk to, like, it's some kind of crazy, insane conspiracy or something. So now he's targeting the guy's church to audit because he can't believe this guy had the audacity to try and trick him by using crazy Latin words that nobody's ever heard of. So I made a comment on his page where I'm pointing out all of his ad hominem attacks. And but this is what you do. You should definitely know what this word means because it's the language you speak. Ooh, I like that line. I should save that for tomorrow. What do you mean, Hez? Tomorrow at 3 Central Time on his channel, he's having an open panel, as you can see. He's got a picture of Unclean. It says rejected invite. Unclean asked me to come up, so he put confirmed invite under me. He added my name, and we got Unforgiven Jerry up there as well. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. And again, I'll be here in the morning, so we'll talk about it more then. I got another $2 for Blackheart Knight. One more tase for my best enemy. Yes, Blackheart Knight loves tasing the voodoo doll. And it's his sworn enemy. This is the Joker to his Batman. This is the rhinestone to his cowboy. The captain to his Tennille. That shouldn't be enemies, though. It would be more like this is his Dave Mustaine to his Metallica, That would be more appropriate music example. Shut up, S. Thank you. Ow. Oh, crap. They still ain't got me yet. They're trying.
Hey, Blackheart Knight. Since you're gonna tase me anyway, I got something for you. Check this out, brother. Oh, you're gonna dig this, man. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that butt. You like that? Huh, Blackheart Knight? You digging that, huh? Yeah, I know. Oh!
Stop flashing. Thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Blue Steel, what's up? Did the Captain and Tennille sommelier? I don't know, man. I don't know if they're into wine tasting and stuff, or I don't know what you mean by that, sommelier. Unless you meant to say smoke. They were smoking when they were #1 with a bullet on the Billboard charts with their classic 70s hit, Love Will Keep Us Together. Yes, available now from K-Tel Records, Greatest Hits of the 70s, volume 487. Oh, Dante's Inferno. How many levels are there? Well, what happened? SGV church raid. Oh man, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Their subs are deluded ex-cons mostly, not people of good character. Exactly. That's such a major part of the problem. Where do all the villains go? They become First Amendment Auditor fans. In fact, if they had if the cops wanted to just sweep a huge swath of crime all at once, they should have a Frauditor convention and just arrest everybody who shows up. That's right. What is this? 5 pounds from Graham from the Graham and Bob Show. What's up, Graham? Good to see you. Bob tells me that Voodoo's been planning something with Voodoo Bob. Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm sorry. I just didn't want you guys to watch me blow my nose. That's gross. I need like a ew button. The ninth circle of hell. Oh, yes. It's called the Frauditor Follies. No, wait, I am the dagnabbit. You can create an app like Here's the Deal is doing. I've thought about that, but I don't know how to create an app. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. Auditors should have a convention. That would be an epic idea. Yes. And then we could get them all in the same place and then set it on fire. It'd be great. Or just get them all in the back of a truck and ship them all off to Portland and then just drop them off. Or Chicago. But it has to be like on like 70th Street in Laramie. And then drop them off on a Saturday night. Say good luck. See how much people that are involved in gang activity, shooting other people and selling crack, appreciate being filmed. The Butcher. The voodoo doll just got sprayed. That's right. The open ocean. Yeah, that's right. Just pull them out to the middle of the ocean where there's no laws. They don't want any laws. There you go. Have fun. There is a country in North Africa. I think it's northeast Africa, down lower, like from Egypt and stuff. But I forget the name of it. But there's a country in Africa that literally has no government. Like, and I mean, there actually are people who have tried to do it, but did it more of just like because they can. Like, they weren't really serious about it. They didn't actually do anything. But it is, in fact, I got to look it up and find the name of this place, but it's a country where, no, it's not Somalia. It's a country where I could go there tomorrow and declare myself the king. And like I said, a lot of people have actually done it, but more like just, like not for real. But to do it for real, if you go to that country, declare yourself king, and actually build a society there, there's no laws, no rules. You can do whatever you want. But if you can actually build a functioning community and make it work, then you will legally be considered the actual king. No, and they'll let you do it. But nobody wants to, except for, again, people who just do it like for the novelty of it because you can. Because the whole reason the country is nothing is because there literally is nothing there. Like the soil is completely useless. Nothing grows. There's no oil underneath it. There's nothing. It's just hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of miles of just nothing. So I say, get all the frauditors, all the auditors, all the sovereign citizens, all the Moors, especially the Moors would love it because they'd be close to actual, way closer to home. They'd actually be able to walk there. It might take them a few months, but they could get there without a boat to go to Morocco. You get them all and drop them in this country and just, here you go. No rules, no laws. You could literally do anything you want. Good luck. Let's see how long your camera batteries last before you need to, like, eat. End up eating each other. Cool. Or just the opposite. Drop them in a country that actually does have tyranny so they could learn the difference. Drop them in North Korea so they could see what tyranny actually looks like. Let's see you walk around with your camera out and walk into City Hall in any city in North Korea. Let's see how well that goes down. Yes! LJ sings, I'm almost 100% positive that that's the one. Bear 12. Tawal. Yeah, and that's why I always forget the name. I don't know if I could pronounce it. Tawil or Tawil? That sounds very familiar. I think that's the one. Yep. I do think that's the one. Death Valley. Oh, that's where the Undertaker comes from. Let's see. Founder of Valley Zone. Does Bob get to the wish have voodoo taste, or do they just get a sneeze for $5? I would need to know. 5 pounds. So do I owe you guys a tasing? All right. Oh no. I don't
want to be tased. Oh no. Not yet. There. Is that good enough for you? Yeah. What? No, like, I was just joking, man. You know, we're not gonna do this again, are we? I mean, these things hurt, man. You know, you're not actually gonna make them do it, are you? Come on. No! There's no expectation of privacy in public use. I can do whatever I want because I own a camera. Verse 7 only applies to me and gives me the right to do whatever I want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages. Yes. Yes, exactly. That's the one. Yep, that is definitely it. 2,060 kilometer square area of land along the border between Egypt and Sudan, and is an uninhabited and claimed by neither country. Yes, that's the one. And several people have made the quest up there and planted their flag, and it's always literally like Bill's country or Tony, just to get a picture. But again, they don't actually try to build anything there, so they don't actually technically get, they're not taking serious by anything outside of anything. Most of Earth's lands are no man's land. Most of the Earth is the ocean. And so, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we hit the 3 hour and 10 minute mark. All right. We're officially longer than Oppenheimer, which I didn't get to see. No, that's a boo. No. Thank you. No, Lisa, You can't send them to Antarctica because you have to remember half of these people are flat earthers and they don't believe Antarctica exists. It's actually the ice wall that keeps us from falling off the edge. Can we start a GoFundMe to send these guys to Bertwali? Yeah. Oh, that would be great. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, I think we're pretty much gonna wrap it up. Don't forget that this Saturday, July 29th, my original scheduled guest, Mr. Schrodinger's cat, unfortunately isn't going to be able to make it. So we're going to split the show. The first hour is going to be NCR News Network. And then after that, we're going to play it that year with appearances potentially by the forgiving Jerry Ann on Clardy's Bar and Grill. Still going to be a good show. Going to be a fun show. Then on August 5th, I guess, it's going to be Frauditor Roundup. And then on Saturday, August 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Big Bag Patrol! All right! It's always fun to hear him talk. He's got a great radio voice, you know? August 19th, Presidentator. And on August 26th, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is going to be Flutter Around. On September 2nd, the one and only Dummy Kruger. Yes, every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and my co-host, Jake from the Frauditor News Network, have a different guest. And on September 9th, our guest is going to be Underground News. If you're not subscribed yet, get on it. She's awesome. Thank you once again, all you guys. I love you guys so very much. The butcher wants me to taste the snout out of that. Taste the snout out of that dog. Oh, believe me, I do. Always hold your phone sideways at the police. Send them to Wally World. You got it. All right, guys. So thank you for coming. As always, love you guys. Love to see you. Wait to see you tomorrow morning. Oh, yeah, all shook up.
policeman. A policeman is a composite of what all men are, I guess, a mingling of saint and sinner, dust and deity. Culled statistics, wave the fan over stinkers, underscore instances of dishonesty and brutality because they are news. What that really means is that they are exceptional, they are unusual, they are not commonplace. Buried under the froth is the fact, and the fact is that less than 0.5% of policemen misfit that uniform, and that is a better average than you'd find among clergymen. What is a policeman? He of all men is at once the most needed and the most wanted, a strangely nameless creature who is sir to his face and pig or worse behind his back. He must be such a diplomat that he can settle differences between individuals so that each will think he won, but if a policeman is neat, he's conceited. If he's careless, he's a bum. If he's pleasant, he's a flirt. If he's not, he's a grouch. He must make instant decisions which would require months for a lawyer, but if he hurries, he's careless. If he's deliberate, he's lazy. He must be first to an accident, infallible with a diagnosis. He must be able to start breathing, stop bleeding, tie splints, and above all, be sure the victim goes home without a limp or expect to be sued. The police officer must know every gun, draw on the run, and hit where it doesn't hurt. He must be able to whip two men twice his size and half his age without damaging his uniform and without being brutal. If you hit him, he's a coward. If he hits you, he's a bully. A policeman must know everything and not tell. He must know where all of the sin is and not partake. The policeman from a single human hair must be able to describe the crime, the weapon, the criminal, and tell you where the criminal is hiding, but if he catches the criminal, he's lucky. If he doesn't, he's a dunce. If he gets promoted, he has political pull. If he doesn't, he's a dullard. The policeman must chase bum leads to a dead end, stake out 10 nights to tag one witness who saw it happen but refuses to remember. He runs files and writes reports until his eyes ache to build a case against some felon who will get dealed out by a shameless Seamus or an honorable who isn't honorable. The policeman must be a minister, a social worker, a diplomat, a tough guy, and a gentleman. And of course, he'll have to be a genius because he'll have to feed a family on a policeman's salary.